Jesus. Ron Rusitano, my man, mic's off. Come on, amateur move. Anyways, thanks for being here, everybody. All right, let's get going with the live. We've got the lineups. We've got everything. I still see way too much going on social media in terms of Juventinian fans, how we need to feel, okay? So here, I'm going to say this, all right? If you don't have the stomach for it or you're not strong enough to get going and stick through the club when they need you the most, all right? Then it ain't for you, okay? It ain't for you. So everybody that's on the live here, hey, did the sound kick in now? Are we good? We good? Thumbs up? You guys got the sound? Showing me here. Somebody let me know. Sound good? Does it sound good? Great shirt too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, it only felt right. It only felt right. I'm going to trust that the audio's been corrected and that it's fixed, okay? Mic's off. Yes, yes, yes. All good. We're good. We're good. We're cooking. Look, it only felt right to wear this tee today, okay? Like I was saying before we had some of that audio issues, if you don't have the stomach for it, okay, if you can't take it, if you feel a certain way, if you feel that it's all against Juve, you want to jump ship, you want to bail, hey, that's your own prerogative. But right now, I don't know. I don't feel that way at all. I actually, when stuff like this goes down, I feel even more connected to the team. Okay, I really, really do, especially given the circumstances and the details, because there's a lot of people out there that truly don't understand the situation in full, and they don't understand the precedents that the league has set prior and what's going down here with Juventus, okay? So I actually feel more connected. I wear this, Lealtad. This is one of the original tees. I also said that if Juventus is able to get the victory today, we actually still have some of these original tees kicking around, and we're going to actually send them out, okay? So hopefully tomorrow on the post-match podcast, we have a victory to discuss, and then we're going to give away some of these teas, okay, to some of you awesome subscribers, okay? So let's get behind the lads and let's see what they can do today. We have starting lineups. We're going to get to it. There's not going to be much discussion with everything going on. We've tackled that in the Matchday Live and the impromptu live we did yesterday. Today, it's all about business and getting the job done and getting this victory. The Curva has spoken, okay? They're putting out photos. They had a very, very strong statement ahead of this game, and that's basically really calling out the management and Agnelli and whatnot. All I'm going to say in terms of that is we need these guys now to lead the charge as far as support goes, and if anything, cause havoc at Serie A. This is not an I told you so moment, okay? So everybody in the Curva, we don't need I told you so's right now. We need you to back the team, back them and support. There are banners at the stadium and one that saying we're here, we are always here, but for Juventus only, all right? And that's fine. But get behind the team, back them, and if you want to cause some havoc, cause it outside FIGC headquarters, all right? Now, let's get to them. I'm going to say what's up to everybody that's in here. We got Animesh in here, Ron Rasitano, Andrew Juve, excuse me. My man Reno from Soccer Forever, Per Sempre Calcio. Guys, how do you feel about it? Get your predictions in here. I have the predictions from this morning. Omer went with 2-1 victory for Juventus. Lucci went with a 1-1 draw. I went with a 2-2 draw. What do you think is going to be the final score today? We have Forza Juve coming in, strength in numbers. That's exactly what I'm talking about, strength in numbers. We will see what will happen because, again, it's always been Juve and versus the world, and it's going to be that way. I'm going to give you the starting lineups. We'll start with Atalanta. So Atalanta's going to have Musso in goal. They're going to have Palomino, Toloi, Scalvini at the back as their three center backs. You're going to have Heitabor on the right, Derun Ederson in the middle with Joachim Male, a Juventus target on the left side. You have Lookman, who's been on a tear, with Boga just behind Hojlund. So that's their starting lineup. All right, now let's get to Juventus. Szczesny in goal. Danilo, Bremer, and Sandro make up your three center backs. Weston McKennie again on right back. Must be noted, Quadrado is on the bench, all right? In the middle of the park, you have Fagioli, Locatelli, and Adrian Rabiot back into the mix with Kostic as left wing back. That's our best midfield trio, in my personal opinion, all right? Angel Di Maria and Arkadiusz Milik round out the lineup. How do you guys feel about this one? Let's see what we have for predictions. Again, Reno coming in here with 2-0 victory, okay? 2-0 victory. Andrew Juve coming in with the same 2, calling Milik and Fagioli to be your goal scorers, all right? Everybody else, Ron Rusitano expects a 1-0. Okay, so we got some clean sheet calls out there. Let's see. I think this one's got tie written all over, but I hope I'm wrong, and I hope the lads get the job done, and we can move forward and have a victory to discuss tomorrow, and have a little bit of a statement. If they could pull off an emphatic victory, a comfortable victory, whoo, let's go. Let's go. Jeremiah saying good lineup and feels optimistic about it. Yes, we're probably going to see Chiesa enter in the second half, hopefully on some tired legs, and we know that off the left, this guy is a different beast. So let's see what happens, okay? Let's go. Forza Juve, if these conditions don't fire you up, you're not a true fan. You know what I said on the live today, even as a player? This is a game that you don't need to look very far at all for any type of motivation, okay? So just going to get this setting right here. What is this? Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol. The kids, I tell you, with the iPads. Get this Paw Patrol pop-ups coming up here. Okay, let's go. And again, there's a lot of fans canceling subscriptions and whatnot. I'm going to be using a stream, okay, as I as well have canceled my subscription. So is what it is. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully it hangs up for me. We'll see what happens. We'll give it the old shot, and hopefully it doesn't let me down using one of these. But I felt the urge, and it was a very satisfying feeling to unsubscribe to a few outlets that I've been using, okay? Now, let's see what I'm going to keep you in touch with the statistics, everything, and let's see what happens. Thank you for the likes, everybody. Reminder, like, if you're new to the channel, if you're a Juve fan, this is the channel for you. So make no mistake, smash that subscribe button. And even if you're not and you just want to be kept in the loop with what's going on in Juve's world, then this is still the channel for you, all right? So subscribe. We have the coin toss right here. Danilo there. Captain's armband. He's taking it. The ref photo here. Orsato, fourth official for this one. All right. The lads taking their photos. Let's go. Let's go. Need a big response here with all the nonsense and all the BS that's going on in the background. Let's go. If we can get it done emphatically, woo, you'll see a fired up Alberto, okay? Let's go. Let's go, everybody. I'm getting jacked up here. Let's go. Let's go. Get the chance going. Scalvini there. Showing the young lad. No disrespect to him, but hopefully he has a shocker today. Hopefully he has a shocker today. Haneen, ciao, ciao. Great to see you in here. Great to see all of you in here. I can't thank you guys enough for all the kind words and the words of support after all of these watch-alongs and during these watch-alongs, and that you guys enjoy the commentary. I would have to imagine that today's commentary is going to be very, very rough to take when it comes to all the noise that's happening, and that'd probably be a tough pill to swallow, especially for those that don't know the situation, that are trying to comment on it, because a lot of the time this is probably the most frustrating thing I see with commentators outside, is that they don't actually know the full story and the details and whatnot, and they're just speaking from headlines that they're seeing and reading. So, sometimes they got put in a little bit of research, and sometimes I feel they lack in that area. Now, we got Alex P coming in hot. 3-0. Let's go. Let's go. Antonio, Forza Juve. Sempre. Sempre. Let's go. All right, we are underway. Let's go. Long ball forward from Atalanta. Seen out for a throw-in. All right, Sandro will be taking that one as he retrieves the ball from Kostic here. All right. Juventus always guilty until proven innocent. Outsiders, absolutely. Stadium looking very, very low there for attendance. Would like to see it jam-packed. Atalanta right now moving forward. Slide challenge in there from Danilo hard. Very nice tackle. Juve being pressed immediately from Atalanta. Atalanta has advantage here, working the ball over to the left side. McKennie closes that out, sees it out for a throw-in as he cuts off that pass. All right, so Atalanta immediately putting the press on Juve. Male here taking the throw-in, cleared out by Fagioli, trying to get that thing settled. Milik does. Here's Di Maria coming up the right flank, trying to slow things down, trying to draw a foul. Nothing doing as he was tripping under his own feet. Here's a long ball forward, but too far for Hodgson, and Szczesny will retrieve it. It's in his hands. He's just simply scanning right now. All right. So I do not believe the Ultras are actually physically back in stadium, okay? So they put banners outside there, and they were putting posts about still being behind the club, but no actual return in sight at the moment. Atalanta pressure at the top of the area. Lookman putting it over. Hodgson gets pushed backwards. Atalanta trying to work it around. Cut out by Kostic. Here's Di Maria coming back, fighting for it, winning it. Sandro, quick pass up to Rabiot. Rabiot trying to beat his man, but it's cleared out. It'll be Juventus throw. Atalanta, it's a minute and 50 in, and they are all over it with the press, trying to hurt Juve. One of our weaknesses in past few matches has been playing out through the press, okay? So let's see. 2 minutes, 7 seconds. Again, Atalanta coming back. Working it up the left side. Going to give it to Joachim Mele. He's going to cut in. Weston McKennie closing that down. Our mids are dropped far too deep. Far too deep there. Locatelli was on the 18. Again, I find they drop off way too early. We got to put more pressure on other teams when they're building up on us. Especially, you don't want to give up that territory that far back. Now, sometimes a little too quick to close the box. Again, Atalanta just scanning, working outside the perimeter. Juve's shell essentially pushing teams to the outside. Try to work it around. Milik quickly closes that down, keeps them pinned on the left flank. Joachim Mele there, being watched by Fagioli. Passing it over to Boga. Boga trying to make a play inside. He does. They're able to sustain it, trying to play a through ball, but it misses the target, Hodgson, and goes all the way to Szczesny. That ball from Ederson, misplaced. Again, Atalanta pressing. They're going to want to come out hard and get something immediately against Juve. Juve has been slow starters. This one looks like it's going to be offside for Milik. No flag as of yet. He's coming up the area. Left-footed strike. Soft and weak, short side. Easily handled by Musso. Good ball and good run, though. That's a positive. Doesn't look like flag was coming up, so hey, that's good. Maybe we can hurt them like that. Long ball here from Atalanta. Missed completely all the way to Szczesny. Szczesny passed it over to Danilo. Danilo inside for Locatelli. Locatelli misses Di Maria with his pass. Atalanta turns it on him. Here's Boga. Locatelli watching him. He's got Lookman. Over to Lookman. Working with Sandro, and there's the rip, and it gets through Szczesny. Oh my God, everybody. What a start for Juve. That is a howler from Szczesny. I'm sorry. That is an absolute howler. Wow. That is an absolute howler to allow. Atalanta gets up one, seemingly nothing. 1v1, Lookman with Sandro. Has a rip from there, and it looks like he's right at Szczesny. That is awful from Tech, man. Absolutely awful. Shocking stuff from Szczesny, man. Shocking stuff from Szczesny. I can't get over that. I cannot believe that that's how we concede in this game. That is the last thing we needed 5 minutes into this one to let a howler. So Atalanta up now, and Juve, my God, already dealing. There's a errant pass from McKennie, not able to read that his man was making a deep run, which was Di Maria. But Juve wins the ball back. Here's Fagioli battling just to try and survive in possession. He's going to switch field over to Sandro. Great switch field. Sandro takes a touch on his chest, slows things down. Lookman's all over him, goes inside to Locatelli. Locatelli scanning over to McKennie. We had Juventus. We knew they had to react to adverse situations already, and now they're behind the 8 ball, down 1-0 early. So even more adverse situations. How does Juve play when they're a goal behind? Didn't work out good in Napoli when they started to fall down. They managed to get one back, but again, more just making advantage out of that one pass. There's a good pass in from Di Maria. Tripped up. It was Milik. No call. No call inside the area trying to run. Oh. Milik looking for one there. Gets tangled up with Palomino there. No call. Not happy with that one. Juve now applying a little bit of pressure. Ball goes back to Fagioli. Fagioli scanning. He's taking a look. Not a lot of options. He's going to play it over to Sandro on his left. He has Kostic ahead of him. Plays it up to Kostic. Kostic quick to fire, trying to hit Milik. 2 defenders in between there. And then misread there from Fagioli. Trying to play that inside, but 2 men there. Easily cleaned up, and Atalanta has a little bit of space to work with on the left flank to move forward. Boga, but he ends up going backwards, and now Atalanta scans. We'll head over to the right side here, and it is with Toloi playing with Lookman. Back to Toloi inside, but that's cut out. Juve trying to make a quick counter inside. Milik misses the back pass, kind of split Sandro and Kostic there. Again, just have to execute so much better, you guys. Here's Atalanta. Inside through Boga, over to Toloi. Gonna work it over through the right side. Nothing's getting stopped. You'd have to expect VAR would have looked at that play with Milik there. Play is continuing on. You would have to think it would have came now if it was going to. Ball popped over the top, easily controlled by Danilo. He's going to move forward, step up into space. He's surrounded by 3 Atalanta players now. Milik is taking off, and we are trying to use him as a target. Get in sync, boys. Okay? Guys have to get on the same page now. Here's a through ball, trying to get in there for Hodgson. Well cut out by Danilo. Bremer plays it up to Rabiot. Rabiot's going to move it to Sandro. Sandro plays it ahead, way too far for Rabiot. That's cut out, and now Atalanta can come back at Juventus. Quick little 1-2s. Playing it over to the right side. It's with Lookman. 2 men step in on Lookman. He distributes to the top of the area. Atalanta trying to set this one up for a kick, but can't. And it falls to Szczesny after the interception by Juventus. Here he rolls it out to McKennie on the right flank. Kenny has a little bit of room to step forward. He does. Fagioli over to Di Maria, who's closed down quickly. Back to Danilo. Danilo now at the back. Scanning. Not a lot of options. Atalanta doing well in their spacing to close lanes down. Rabiot losing it there, but it's going to go back to Szczesny. Szczesny scans. Has it inside quickly. Here comes Locatelli. Locatelli decides to switch his path. Going all the way to the left there for Sandro. He has Kostic up the byline. Plays it into him. Nowhere to go. Goes back to Sandro. Inside for Rabiot. Rabiot moves forward a bit. Taking a look, scanning. Over to Sandro. Still has Kostic forward ahead. Playing it into him. Back to Rabiot. That would have been the time to have a quick over the top when Sandro was making that overlapping run, but he doesn't. Trying to work a 1-2. Di Maria and Rabiot. Too weak. Cut out by Atalanta. Now they're trying to come back at us. Here's Boga. Fagioli on him. Trying to cut this one out. Boga's through. No foul. Trying to draw a foul as he tried to split the 2 Juventini, and he played it through. Took a jump. Tried to make this one. Here's Di Maria trying to extend Atalanta in behind them. He is in behind. And now trying to take his man on 1v1. He does. Milik trying to find space. Di Maria nutmegs his man. Second man coming in with a slide tackle. Juventus still in possession. Here comes Kostic. Kostic going to cross it. Low and weak cross. Mishandled on the clearance. That's going to go out for a Juventus corner kick. Wow. Wow. Oh, man. Everybody harsh on Szczesny here in the comment section, rightfully so. That was an absolute howler. Reminder, everybody, like the video while you're here. Okay, let's see if we can equal things up on this corner kick. Come on, guys. Piss poor start. Easily handled shot there that should have been handled. Here we go. Corner kick in. Milik gets a weak header. That's cleared back out. Juve battling to try and find possession again. Kostic does save it. Has it over to the left for Di Maria. He's going to cross it in. That's deflected out for another corner kick for Juventus. Closing in on 11 minutes here. Juve starting to pick things up and finally get into this one. Let's go. Come on, you guys. Corner kick here. Let's go. Equal things up and then let's go. Take it to them. We let in a soft, weak goal. No more gifts. And some of these errors and just misreadings by the players, they got to get in sync here. Here's corner kick. That's going deep. Way to the back of the 18. Settled by Luca. He's going to have a hit. Slices it. Going wide, short side there. I like Locatelli's willingness to shoot. Doesn't get that one the way he wants to. Sliced it a little too much. But, hey, you're not going to get goals if you don't start taking rips. So, fire away, my man. Fire away. See what we go. Long ball here. Bremer heads it forward, but heads over to Joachim Mele, who's going to come up the left side. Milik closing down. McKennie steps in and misses it. Now Boga's coming at our defense. Plays it off with Lookman. 1-2. Back to Boga. Over to the right side. Hedebauer coming in. Kostic watching him. He's going to drop it back. Ederson going to cross it in. Headed. Always going wide. Szczesny watches it out for a Juventus goal kick. Header was very, very soft, must be said. And always heading wide of goal. All right. We're watching this replay now on Milik there. And yes, he does throw the arm around him. Palomino does throw the arm around him. At least he took a knee to the top of the dome there for his troubles. All right, Milik trying to hold up here. Does hold it up. Rabiot over to Kostic. Sorry, Di Maria. No, Kostic, yes. Bremer now over to Danilo. Danilo's got McKennie way out to his right. He's going to play it to him. Now he's getting closed down by Joachim Mele. McKennie goes over the top. Fagioli stopped his run. Milik now going on the backside of that defender. Nicely fallen here. Di Maria, top of the area, beats two men. Has a hit. Soft. Way too soft. Musso easily handles that one. Great job to get himself into the shooting. Great spot to get himself into a shooting area, but gets a shot horribly wrong. Easily handled by Musso. Better from Juventus, better pressure, better urgency to win the ball back. But let's go. Let's dial it in here and get this one back quickly. All right. Palomino down. We wait here. Him to sort this out. He is calling for a substitution. So Palomino's calling for a substitution. Now, let's see. Wonder what the empty seats is. If it's because of the point deduction, I don't know. Our attendance this season has been pretty weak in general. And I don't know. You know, like I said, there are fans in the fan base that are upset with the management to the point where they don't want to support and don't want to follow the team anymore. That has happened. Like I said, for me, I feel stronger about the club. Mehdi Demiral coming in for Palomino. Substitution being made now. Let's see. Let's see what we do. Antonio La Russa trying to keep it positive. Remember, everyone say positive. After Serie B, we bounced back and won 9 Scudetti in a row. Look, that was the absolute worst going there. I mean, right now, let's wait and see what happens. Hopefully some pressure. Hopefully Serie A opens up their eyes to everything. And like I say, right now, it's just the details don't make it make sense for what the punishment is. So let's see. Here's Sandro up the left side as we have resumed action with Meri Demiral coming in for Palomino. Ball played up ahead to Rabiot, seen out, and it's actually going to be Atalanta's throw-in. Rabiot lobbying for the call there. Thought it should be Juve's ball. They go all the way back to Musso, Atalanta, looking if they will switch flanks. They do try and make it up the left. It's with Mele. He's going to one-hit this one up forward. Bremer battling with Ojlund. Easily headed in. And Danilo goes all the way back to Szczesny. Szczesny now. Szczesny still scanning. Just scanning, taking a look. Trying to go all the way up to Milik. He does find him. Milik chests it down. Plays it back to Danilo. Danilo's got space and room to look. He's going to play this one over the top. Here's Adrian Rabiot in behind the defense. Battling here. And he's going to see that one out for a Juventus corner kick. Good work there from Adrian Rabiot. Would have liked him to control that and maybe try to turn that man. But hey, nothing wrong with getting a corner kick here. Let's see if we can find one. Let's go. Equalize Juve. The quicker we equalize, the better. Here's Di Maria. On the corner. He's going to have it in. This is decent. Going back post there. Musso just gets a hand to it. It's going to be corner kick for Juventus on the opposite side now. Decent corner kick there from Di Maria. With the in-swinger. All right, opposite side corner now. Short corner taken. Here's Di Maria working it. Outside of the boot, pass inside. Trying to chest it down. Falls for Bremer's. Trying to flick it over the top. Rabiot trying to settle. Here's Di Maria hitting it. But a weak volley falls to Musso. Weak volley stopped by Musso. Again, Juventus is poking and prodding, and they're trying to get her going here. So far, the attempts have been rather weak and soft. Fagioli inside here to Rabiot after cutting off the pass. Rabiot back to Locatelli. Locatelli stepping forward inside to Milik. Milik trying to slip one through for Di Maria, who's making the run. Doesn't work. It's blocked. Atalanta in possession. Juve pressing. There's it won by Locatelli. Inside to Rabiot. Back to Locatelli. Locatelli's on the left flank. He's cutting in towards goal. Tried to slip one in for Di Maria. It didn't happen. And then Locatelli goes through his man's back. And an easy call. You can't let them off the hook that easy, Loca. Not the time and space for that particular foul, all right? Yeah, just no need for that there. Let them work their way out of that. Can't let them get out of there easy. Too easy. Good pressure. We need stronger shots. Absolutely. They're throwing muffins at Musso right now. Got to get it going here. Bikram Jitse and Atalanta can easily score 2 or 3 here. Juve are a rattled team, and they could take advantage unless they act naive. Yeah, let's see what happens here. Hashman saying Juve will win 2-1. Atalanta ain't going to win. Hey, that's what we're hoping for. That's what we're hoping for. Let's go. It's an Atalanta throw on the left side. Joaquin Mele's standing over it. Let's see here. So, throw in for Atalanta. Just controlling the ball in the middle. De Ruin trying to work his way around. Gets it stripped. Danilo goes all the way back to Szczesny. Over to the left side to Sandro. Sandro inside to Kostic. Tries to play a 1-2. They just land it, but Sandro is cut off and stopped. So Juve has to retreat, go all the way back to Szczesny. Szczesny plays it over to Danilo. He's closed down quickly. McKennie's being closed down quickly now by Joaquin Mele. He's trying to play it up the line. It hits Mele. It's going to be a Juventus throw-in. Very, very tight when Atalanta plays their press. Do not forget, both these teams are mirroring one another in a 3-5-2. Long throw in behind Atalanta. Milik's on it. Trying to have his ball in. It's going to stop for Di Maria. Tries to attack that, but just couldn't put it past his defender. Here's a challenge from Sandro that's going to be called on a foul as he went in hard on his man. Lookman there. Oh, man. Di Maria just couldn't get that one to settle when Milik's cross was deflected, unfortunately. All right. Atalanta working the ball through the back here. Let's see. All the way back to Musso. See if Juve can cut this one off, win this ball back quickly. We need a goal. We need a goal quickly. Let's go. Let's get that equalizer. Juve doesn't play good when they're behind. We need to be much, much sharper up ahead. Trying to play it forward. Sandro engaged. Does head it backwards, winning that one. And now has an easy header. And heads it, but just beyond Rabiot. Atalanta in possession, but they're being closed down quickly by Juve. Long ball over the top. Bremer easily heads it forward for Alexandro. He goes inside to Danilo. Danilo's going to switch field all the way to McKennie on the right. Mele engaged, coming forward. McKennie is going to try and attack some space. Finds his man. 1-2 with him. Finds Di Maria. Di Maria beats his man. Moving forward. A little chest bump with Rabiot there. Di Maria's got 2 men ahead of him. Still on the ball. Over to Sandro. Inside to Locatelli. Back to Di Maria. Back to Locatelli. The right flank has nobody there. That switch field isn't even available as McKennie's standing there level with the back line. Here's a slip pass through from Di Maria trying to find Rabiot. Locatelli steps in. He's trying to beat his men. Challenge there. There's another one. No call. No call. Arms are in the air from Juve. Atalanta's trying to push forward now, trying to hit us on a counter as they step forward. Juve's got to get their lines, find their man. Here they come. Atalanta trying to cut it over to the side. Little 1-2 played, hit there, and it's going wide, always wide. Juve giving the ref the gears on what happened up there in the attacking zone. Oh, man. Little bit of a pile up here. There's a first challenge. Rabiot was battling for it. Then in comes Locatelli. Locatelli trying to beat his man. That first one, no problem whatsoever. Player did get ball first. Consequentially hits Locatelli. Was not clumsy at all. Fagioli steps in. And there's no touch there from Ederson on the ball. And he is hacked. That's a questionable one. That is a questionable one. Because he does clip, and that player does not get ball whatsoever. Regardless of Fagioli's balance or not, he does miss the ball. They are checking it, okay? So VAR is checking it. Let's see. This is a quick look. And it's a PK. There you go. There you go. All right, come on. Let's get this one. Let's get this one, everybody. Get back on the board. Great pressure and great step in there from Fagioli, okay? That was good. That was good. Starting to put the press on. Force them into these challenges. Sometimes I say this about this team. You've got to get in there. You've got to ask questions of the defense and get that ball into the area. When you start getting dribblers like Di Maria and everything, and look at Locatelli. Locatelli starting to get engaged, starting to beat men on dribbles and get into that area. So he was a big part of that whole sequence. And then Fagioli and Di Maria both on the follow-up trying to get to that loose ball. That's the kind of drive you need. And you get rewarded for it. Di Maria steps up to take this. Let's go. Let's go. Di Maria on the PK. Come on. El Fideo for Juventus to try and equalize. Smash this one home, Angel. Smash this one home, Angel. Come on. Come on, El Fideo. Ref, blow that whistle. Let's go. Let's take this kick. All right, here we go. Come on, El Fideo. Come on, El Fideo. Yes! Let's go. Equalized. Equalized. 1-1, everybody. Let's go. Juve's on the board. Juve's on the board. Let's go. Let's go. Chalk that one up on the big board here. Juve has equalized against Atalanta, all right? A poor start, a howler from Tech has been erased, and we are back in there, all right? So let's go. Goal from Angel Di Maria on the PK. Juve equalizes. Let's go. Let's carry on. Now let's start taking it to them. Again, the work from Locatelli driving into the area. That is what we need. We need our players attacking in the attacking area. Put the opponents under pressure, ask questions. Angel Di Maria makes no mistake. Stepping up, watching Musso. Musso went right. Di Maria, well, to his right, our left, and Di Maria goes right. So beautiful, beautiful. Let's go. Let's go. Now let's not sit back. Let's keep going at him. Milik tries to settle one down for Di Maria. It's cut off by Atalanta. Danilo steps in, cleans this one up, and dumps it all the way to the other end. It's going to be Atalanta goal kick. Let's go, Andrew. Absolutely. Let's get that grinta right now. Let's get into this. Let's start taking it to them. Atalanta now trying to work it out. Juve applying pressure, but couple passes, sees it beyond Kostic. Here's Hodgson now working against Bremer. Running at Bremer. Bremer's going to cut that one. Tap it out for a corner kick to Atalanta. Hodgson had a lot of work there to do. I said my eyes were going to be on Bremer after his last very, very poor showing so far in this one. 26 minutes in, he looks like the Bremer we've come to know. And I said last game, I'm not concerned with Bremer in the least bit. All right, everybody, get the likes up. Let's go. Like this one. Corner kick from Atalanta, going towards back post, cleared out from Sandro, as he had switched sides. Here's Yoki Mele. Trying to play this one forward. Lookman finds himself on the left side and he's quickly closed down by McKennie. Juventus going to win the throw-in on this one as well. Beautiful. McKennie with the threat of the long throw from that side. That's how we found ourselves deep in that area when Milik was making that run. That's one way to beat the press, too, when you've got an absolute cannon of a throw like McKennie and your forward starts making that run. Fagioli can't lick up with Milik there. McKennie with just a cannon of a header there, putting it all the way back and putting Atalanta under. They can't get out of it, and it's a throw-in now in Atalanta's territory for Juventus. McKennie, this time will go back to Danilo. Danilo scanning. He's going to go inside to Di Maria. Di Maria is going to switch it up for Kostic. Kostic trying to carry it and beat his man. Touch too heavy. Goes to Deloy, who's going to easily play it forward. Now we have Lookman working in the midfield. Slowly just scanning. Again, Juve's in their defensive shell, so only the perimeters are open as an option. Ederson dropping it back. Now it's going to find its way all the way back. Here's Demiral. Now they go over to the left flank, trying to find Boga. Atalanta, again, still just staying around the outside to ruin Boga. Fagioli closing Boga down. Di Maria closing down, but slowly. So the switch was still there. Toloi now plays it over to the right. Hedebauer trying to find Lookman. Sandro closes that down quickly, but sees it out for an Atalanta throw. Quickly put back into the play. Atalanta trying to get it deep there for Hodgson. Trying to draw PK there in the front of the area after the contact from Bremer to no avail. Fagioli looking over his shoulder, trying to see what was open to him. Ends up losing the play. And then Milik trying to go in on that 50-50. Coming in with a slide tackle. No color though. De Ruin, Lobian, trying to find some color there. We're just shy of the half-hour mark. A little bit cagey here. A little bit of contact there from Bremer, but nothing in it. So I stand with the ref on that one. Am I biased? 1,000%. Here's Boga coming in. Beats Fagioli. He's cutting into the front of the area. Ederson back to Boga. Trying to line himself up. Here's some quick 1-2s. Hodgson able to hit and turn, and it's blocked by Gleison Bremer. Just a couple of quick 1-2s there, but Bremer was on that one, always reading it. I thought that bounce was very fortunate for Atalanta too on that one. All right. So, corner kick to Atalanta. Boga's going to take it. It's going to be an in-swinger. There it is. Headed out. Off Toloi. So it's going to be a Juventus goal kick. 30-minute mark, everybody. Awful start to this one, but we grew, found that equalizer. Now it's time to take the next step. and get that next level. Hit that next gear, Juve. Let's go. Got to take it to Atalanta here. Szczesny playing it forward. Milik trying to settle there. He does. He chests it down. McKennie has to get in there quickly. Di Maria on the right flank. He's going to try and play one over the top for Milik. It's cut out, but McKennie gets to the loose ball. Running forward, finds a slip pass for Rabiot. He's on his right foot. Had a hit. Doesn't trust his right foot. Tried to cut in on his left, and it's taken away. And we end up losing the ball. It's end up calling offside on Rabiot on that original run. Now, if that was not offside, I probably would have been upset that he didn't trust his right foot enough just to have a hit there. But tried to cut it to his strong foot. Offside nonetheless. A good move and some more good pressure from Juventus on those 50-50s and loose balls. Long ball attempt. Looking Boga's way from Atalanta goes out on the right flank for Juventus throw. McKennie over it. Allegri barking orders from the sideline. Let's see here. He ends up throwing it all the way back to Szczesny. And Szczesny taking his sweet time. Absolutely no pressure coming to him from Atalanta. Front three of Lookman, Hojlund, and Boga just watching. There's a little pressure from Hojlund. Milik trying to settle it, but goes beyond him. Ball goes all the way to Musso, who's now going to play it over to his right side. Midi Demiral. Back to Hojlund. Popped over the top. Sandro's going to be engaged with Lookman. Locatelli ends up heading it. Falls for Danilo. Here's Sandro. Back to Danilo. It's going to go to his right for McKennie. A little bit of pressure from Joachim Mele there. McKennie goes all the way back to Danilo. Danilo scanning as Boga closes him down. Plays it to McKennie. Mele now engaged. Left-footed pass there from McKennie trying to hit Milik was just short. It's cleared and goes all the way to the end line for a Juventus goal kick. It's not far off from everything just kind of clicking again. Just a little bit of execution, but Juve's growing. Juve's growing, starting to take the possession lead and whatnot. I'll hit you with some of the stats in this one to this point, Juventini. Okay, so what we have for stats is 52% possession for Atalanta. 6 total attempts for Juventus, 4 for Atalanta, 1 shot on target for Atalanta, and 4 for Juventus. Big chances created, 1 for Juve, none for Atalanta. Here's McKennie coming down the right side, crossing it in, and Darun sees it out for a Juventus corner kick. Great move there from McKennie. 33 minutes, here's a corner kick. Let's get that second one here, everybody. Let's go. Let's get it right here. Come on. Come on now. Di Maria. This is going to be an in-swinger here. Boga watching the short option. It is a short for Fagioli. Back to Di Maria. And that's blocked. And it's going to be kept in by Musso. Musso with the quick throw up ahead. Oh man, Lookman making some cuts, trying to open up that angle to switch field, but it's closed down by Juventus. Rabiot coming in big there. There's a backheel pass from Di Maria. Fagioli's going to cross it in, looking for Milik, and shot, it's goal! Yes! Yes! Beautiful goal! Beautiful goal. There's Arkadiusz Milik, and Juve is up, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. Forza Juve. Beautiful goal there. Great cross from Fagioli. Great backheel from Di Maria to find Fagioli on the run. And Milik with a great finish there, all right. And the good guys are back on top. 2-1, all right. The good guys are back on top. Let's go. Forza Juve. Beautiful backheel there. Fools Joachim Mele, leaves him standing. Fagioli with the cross. Oh, man. Beautiful. Mary Demiral caught as that one is going to his back shoulder. Milik with the beautiful, just superb touch on that one. That is extremely difficult finish. He had to slow up his run as Fagioli's cross was heading towards his back shoulder. Absolutely beautiful goal for Juventus, all right? And the good guys are back on top, everybody. 35 minutes in, 2-1 Juve de Serie A. Let's go. Keep it going, everybody. Keep it going, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. Best goal of the season from Andrew Juve there. Milik, Kramanimesh. Fuck this league from these nuts on fire. There you go. There you go. Now, Juve winning the ball back again. Atalanta, looks like Joachim Mele down, and Juve continues to play. McKennie finds himself way off the right flank now in the middle. Mele does make his way up. He is limping significantly. We don't care. Push forward. Find that third. Juve, come on. Inside, Rabiot trying to work a 1-2 there. Locatelli. Here comes Milik. Foul. Here's Di Maria stepping up forward. There's another foul. So no foul originally on Milik. Plays allowed to continue. And then we lose possession, but it's not called dead. That's okay. He felt he allowed advantage to go on. I'm not sure if Milik is still down. McKennie's got the ball now. He's scanning. Milik must have got up because McKennie's playing it back to Danilo. Danilo inside for Rabiot all the way back to Szczesny. Wes, sneaky, having a great game. I will say this, and I've said this before. When he plays out on that flank, he's much better positionally because it's a much more simple game ahead of him than when he's in the middle. And then you see the run Fagioli makes, knowing when to make that run, working off Di Maria. It's just a little bit different. But McKennie obviously wasn't understanding directions out of the middle and what was asked and when to make those runs and whatnot. And hey, it's a much more straightforward game. Right now, he is serviceable and he's doing his job as a right wing back. Must be said. They're showing the replays on these fouls. Fouls that were not called. One was given advantage, and then the Di Maria one the ref did not feel was a foul. Locatelli plays it to Sandro, who plays it back to Danilo. Danilo scanning. He's going to go left foot, trying to go over the top to find Kostic. Headed out by Atalanta. Lookman in possession. He's quickly getting pressure. Di Maria applying more pressure. Falls to Demiral. He will switch it to Musso. That's a weak pass. Now over to the left side. Mele's on the left flank. Up ahead to Boga. Boga going back. A little bit of pressure from Di Maria. The ball finds its way back to Musso. All right. Juventus, a terrible start, but now back into it. Mele moves up the left side. He's going to have Scalvini, who stepped ahead. Now we have Toloi. Finding Lookman. Juve in their shell. Atalanta only has perimeter to work with. Boga on it. Back to Scalvini. Over to Mele on the left flank. McKennie engaged. Here's Mele cutting inside. All the way back. Medi Demiral. To Toloi. Toloi. Up to Lookman. Lookman closed down by Rabiot. Nowhere to go except back to Toloi. Over to the right side to Hedebauer. Hedebauer back to Demiral. Over to De Royn. Di Maria applying a light pressure there. Here's Milik closing down Demiral, but they have Scalvini open on the left side, who now has it. He's going to step forward a little bit, just inside Juve's territory. Fagioli closes that down. It goes over to Joachim Mele. Fagioli still there. Scalvini and Mele passing between Fagioli. There's McKennie cutting it out. Here's Locatelli over the top for Di Maria. Di Maria could take his man on. He's trying to settle the ball down. He does. He's battling here. Oh, Demiral closing him down. Di Maria trying to look for a foul again, but was going down. That would have been soft call. Di Maria still talking to lines. Here's Højlund back at the other end going 1v1 with Bremer. Bremer cuts him to the inside. Højlund with a through ball, looking back post for Boga. Boga slows it down. 1v1 against Locatelli. Pass inside, and that's cut out. And now Atalanta has to recover. Scalvini on it. Trying to keep Juve still under. Here's Boga cutting inside. Slide missed, and Boga's hit is always going wide and skywards. It's unfortunate Di Maria can truly settle that ball down there. Clear nudge in the back from Demiral on Di Maria. No play for the ball. I could see his frustration, but is what is. They're showing the highlight. That over-the-head camera of that replay goal, Fagioli to Milik, is spectacular. What a finish, man. What a finish. That is one of the nicest goals that we'll see. My God. All right. Ball at the back. It's back in play. Szczesny on it. He's going to long ball this one. Looking to left side. Looking Sandro's way. Heads it inside. Fagioli handles this one. Rabiot Gets to the 50-50. Locatelli on it. He's going to play it over to Danilo. Danilo's got McKennie over on the right. Di Maria's right next to him. McKennie scanning. Going all the way back to Danilo. Makes an overlapping run on Di Maria there. Di Maria's going to try and go over the top for Milik. Milik heads it on, settles it. Here's Rabiot. Rabiot tries to volley that one. Hey, I love the ambition. Gets that one all wrong and it goes skyward. But, hey, last game, I was really critical about Juventus not playing a game plan that really made sense. Or, sorry, against Napoli when Milik was essentially invisible. It was like as if the team didn't know how to use him, whatnot. Right now, we're looking to play off of him as a target, which makes sense in the setup we play. So if you're not going to play two strikers, it's very hard to play just a direct passing game. If you're going to play one and have the other as a free roam player, which Di Maria is, you've got to use him as a target guy. So Juve doing a much better job in this one. Here comes Atalanta up the right side. Cross inside. Cleared out by McKennie, but he clears it just to the top of the area. Toloi trying to line up a shot, but Bremer swallows that one up immediately. Closing down that gap and forcing him backwards. Toloi now still on it on the right flank. Goes back to Hadebauer. Hadebauer inside to De Roon. De Roon over to Scalvini. Scalvini over to Joachim Mehl. McKennie closes it down. Light pass in for Boga. McKennie now engaged with Boga. Boga trying to cut his way through. Di Maria comes back to help and wins it. Di Maria skins his man. Di Maria trying to go long pass ahead for Milik. I thought he should have taken the easy one inside to Fagioli. But, hey, Juve is trying to exploit Atalanta's press and quickly hit them back with the space that they allow when they attack. Because Atalanta pushes numbers forward when they're attacking. And Juve is trying to exploit that. He did have Fagioli inside. Here's Boga. Fagioli quickly closing that down. McKennie engaged with Joachim Mehl. Here's a cross inside. Bremer heads it back to the top of the area. Fagioli steps in, winning it. Di Maria back to Fagioli. Fagioli looking ahead. Going to play it to McKennie. Pass back forward. Milik up the side, just trying to protect it. Here's Fagioli. Inside pass to McKennie. McKennie slots it one more to Di Maria. Di Maria trying to find McKennie, but the pass errant and falls at Musso's hands. Closing in on halftime, Juventini, and after that howler, we got things right and started to play a very good game. Here's Atalanta trying to work out the back end. Juve quickly closing them down. Di Maria, top of the area, cutting inside. Oh, his touch lets him down there, but look, pressure still on Atalanta. Lookman being pressed by Kostic. Foul there, and that's going to slow things down and allow Atalanta. No foul called, sorry. My mistake, no foul called. I thought the ref was indicating foul. Danilo. Back to Locatelli. Locatelli stepping up. Having a look. Right flank has McKennie. Here's McKennie. Not a lot of options for him. He's not a 1v1 guy. But he is stepping forward on Joachim Mehl. Boga's come in to help him. Has a cross. Mehl gets a piece of it, but it stays in. Atalanta's still in possession. It's going to get it up to Boga. Juve's press is on. Scalvini has no choice but to go back to Musso. Light pressure from Locatelli. And Di Maria was dropped off, so Locatelli was a little frustrated and pressed there. Atalanta able to work their way out a little bit. Here's Musso now, over to Scalvini. It's got De Roon ahead of him. Plays it to De Roon. De Roon's got Joachim Mehl up the left flank. He's going to play it to him. McKennie back watching Boga. Fagioli helping out with Joachim Mehl. Ball finds its way to Ederson. He's going to play it over to Lookman. Lookman back inside to Ederson. Ederson scanning, has Hudson. Hudson being worked by Bremer. And no foul there. Milik now on it. Just trying to maintain possession. Plays it ahead. Here's Bremer leading the charge. Look at the big man go. Has Di Maria. Oh, pass just ahead, but Bremer continues on. Here's Di Maria right against the goal line. Plays it up at the top. Here's Kostic. Kostic lines it up for a hit, and his hit goes wide. Look at Bremer leading the charge. Bremer ended up going down in the area there. Not sure what was happening as I was watching Kostic. Let's take a look. Yeah, that shot always going a little too high there. Look at Allegri's reactions. He's fired up. He's fired up. Love it. Love it. So we've got 4 minutes of added time. I'm actually going to shut down the clock here for the added time. We'll catch it up at in the second half on that 8 seconds for recovery. We are into it. Into added time, 45 minutes, 20 seconds. There's 4 minutes of added time, everybody. Here's Scalvini on it. Scalvini has nowhere to go but up top. Bremer easily handles it. Oh, Danilo couldn't settle it. Goes out for an Atalanta throw. Hojlund was the target there that they had missed. Here's Boga. Back to Scalvini. Scalvini moving inside. Goes backwards to Demiral. Over to Toloi. Hadabor. Hadabor over to Lookman. Back to Hadabor. Back to Demiral. Demiral carries forward. Has nowhere to go but his perimeter to his left to De Royne. De Royne. Over to Ederson. Back to Demiral. Back to De Royne. Juventus in their shell. Clamping things down. McKennie just keeping tabs on Joakim Mele. Fagioli helping out with Boga. Milik helping out on the left flank now. Di Maria just watching for the switch from Demiral. There's the switch. Rabiot somewhat steps into it. Kostic now closing down. Hedebor. Little 1-2 played there. Here's pressure on Hojlund from Bremer, but he's still able to get the ball over to Lookman. Lookman's running at our back line. Makes a cut, but too much pressure coming in. Here's Rabiot stepping in. Absolutely no foul. Lookman looking for it, but hey, keep looking, man. Here we go. Bremer. Over to Szczesny. Juve taking their sweet time here. Pace of this game. Hitting a snail's pace right before halftime. Let's see some of the comments in here as we get ready for halftime, everybody. This kind of grinta, passion, desire performance I was asking for the whole season so far is brilliant. Dominique, very, very happy with the performance so far. Like I said, you take away that tech howler, been a good first half. Been a good first half if you take that howler away. Atalanta furious at a foul on Milik here. My word. Settle down. Settle down. It's a foul at half. 2 minutes of added time in. And they're losing their minds. 5 or 6 Atalanta players. Relax, you guys. Gasperini effect. They're upset about Danilo's challenge on Hojlund up ahead there. He's got his arm hooked in on them. Whatever. There's another one. Milik looking for another one getting involved. Game's getting a little chippy, and I like that. I like that. No problem with that at all. Wait till Chiesa comes in, everybody. Wait till our boy Chiesa gets into this game. And he just rips Atalanta's backline. Wait for that one. Get him going. Get him on that left side and watch the magic unfold. There's about another 30 seconds of stoppage time. A weak cross there. Lookman easily falling into Szczesny's hands. Let's get those likes up, everybody. Reminder, get those likes up. We're going into halftime here. This is probably going to be it as Szczesny pumps this forward. And there it is. Halftime whistle blows, everyone. All right, so now let's get to this. So I will tell you this. Get it very, very hot. Okay? Very, very hot. Use parchment paper. Okay? Parchment paper. Get an iron. Very, very hot. Apply the heat from the parchment paper. Okay? On top of it. Get it very, very hot. And then start to peel away gently. Okay? There you go. Glad I can help. Now, let's go. Yes, you could also put something over it. Yes. We can make some custom Super League patches. Huh? Get some custom Super League patches? There you go. There you go. That's it. Now, got Animesh saying good response from the boys. Absolutely. Falling down 1-0. Like I said, that goal, just a howler from Tech. Otherwise, Atalanta was controlled by Juventus very, very much so. Now, Di Maria was doing a great job in this one, okay? That is the Di Maria we need. That's the Di Maria we're going to need the rest of the way through. Chiesa, look for Chiesa to make his entrance into second half here at some time, okay? And again, we got some fans talking about some more potential penalties and whatnot. But overall, that's a good half of football from Juventus, especially falling down. And what a way to fall down. That's so demoralizing when it's such a cheap goal to allow and whatnot. And hey, I like this suggestion to get over the Serie A patches. We put the all Juve cast up patch over it, or we put our AJC Ultra ones on it, eh? The AJC Army badge. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Now, let's talk about this. We got Dells coming in here with what a great half from Juve. Why can't we play like that? Why can't we play like we're 1-0 down all the time? And that's one of the things. I mean, right now, if we take a look at this, let's take a look at this overall. I said going into this match, that midfield trio of Rabiot, Fagioli, and Locatelli is our best midfield trio, period. Okay? Period. So you have to continue with that midfield as our clutch go-to midfield in big games. If you're looking at McKennie has been a much better player out of position as a right wing back. He is much, much more help to the group overall playing there, okay? Fagioli with the early cross, and what a hell of a finish from Arkadiusz Milik, okay? That was top class finish, okay? One of the best goals by far so far this season was that one. Great stuff. Di Maria steps up for the PK, level things off. Hey, outside of that howler, Atalanta did nothing. We're going to get to statistics here as we get into some halftime thoughts. 55% possession in favor of Atalanta, but like I said, relatively harmless. Okay, 0 big chances created from Atalanta. 5 total attempts from Atalanta, 1 on target, and of course, it had to be the howler that goes in. Juve, on the other hand, on 45% possession, 9 total attempts, 5 of them on target, all right? 1 big chance created. 5 of our attempts were from inside the area too. So let's take a look at just overall what we're seeing that's much, much better. A little bit more urgency, all right? And this game versus some of these other ones prior, much better understanding of how they want to beat the pressure that's coming at them. Because if we look at the previous matches coming into this one, they struggled early on, like really struggled early on, and didn't have a clear, definitive idea of how they wanted to get around teams' presses. Today, what are we seeing? We're seeing Milik stretch the opposition and really forcing them to kind of back that line up by going over the top and bombing it and having him kind of try to use him as that target. We're also seeing Di Maria, not only Di Maria, but one of our midfielders. Sometimes it's Rabiot, sometimes it's been Fagioli, sometimes it's even been Locatelli playing off and assisting Milik if Di Maria's caught himself trying to step away to get into some space to find it. So again, it's making a hell of a lot more sense. It's making a hell of a lot more sense from a game plan overall. Now, we talk about the grinta, we talk about the effort and the work rate, the urgency. That's better. It was pretty flat, not just against Napoli when we got thrashed, but even against Monza, a little bit flat when it comes to that. And whatever the circumstances are, you have to ride it out. I said, what's going on at Juventus and the penalties, the deduction, the ongoing investigations that are going to happen and more cases to follow. I question your ticker as a player if you can't get up for all of these games moving forward, okay? You don't have to be an Italian player and you don't have to be know the understanding and the history that's all there and everything to get up for this now, okay? You should be bonded with your teammates already by now at this point in the season, and now the ones that do have that loyalty and that connection, it should just be infectious amongst all the other players. I expect this kind of drive, this kind of motivation from here on out, okay? The game plan makes a hell of a lot more sense. Bremer, I thought, looked very good in the first half, especially after the shocker he put in against Napoli. I don't expect that probably ever to happen to Bremer. Performance to that degree of being that poor. Okay, I doubt we ever see a performance that poor from this man again. All right, we're gonna get to some of your thoughts as well. Number one, I do agree with this. Hit that thumbs up, Juventini. Okay, now's the time to rep hard. All right, and like I said, Juve gets the job done today, and some of these bad boys are gonna be given out to our subscribers. Now is the time for this T more than ever. Lealtà, loyalty in Italian. Okay, so let's rock it. Let's rep the AJC hard, all right? Everybody, for the watch along and everything like that. I love you guys and the love you're showing me and that you like my commentary, getting in for the games. All I ask, spread the word, okay? Clip stuff that you like. Show it, share it. Let's keep growing it, all right? Now let's get to some more comments here. We got Andrew Juve. Al, does this green urgency come from Max and his instructions? Does it come from the players themselves being fired up about the situation and point deduction? I think it's a combination of everything. When you go through tough times as a team with team members, like even when we talk about the first half of the season, if you look across all sports, not just football, when your team is not putting it together, the results aren't coming, and that sense of belief starts to get affected, okay, it can go quite badly for a team. It can go completely in the opposite direction, and your team could be in this downward spiral they may not get out of. The Juve players showed that they bonded. They came back together. They're doing those huddles before matches. Well, that might seem like nothing, but they got things back on track. We got back to a point where if we didn't get things all wrong with Napoli, we could have actually flipped Serie A on its head. That's a huge, massive overturn from this team. So they are already well united and bonded. Now you add into the mix all this and whatnot, and you would have to think that some of the lads, those that know the history and everything, shared all this with some of these guys. It's pretty easy to get that us against the world mentality going into this team. Do I think it's the only sole reason that they're this fired up and whatnot? No. I also think it plays part with, like I said, the game plan making complete sense. We're looking at this highlight again, and I'm sorry, but that Palomino thing with Milik could easily have been a PK. Okay, so sorry, just sidetrack me as they're showing the highlights. But yeah, it's easy to get fired up now for Juve. But the game plan, the positioning of the players makes a lot of sense. When we need the ball retention, we have it now with Locatelli and Fagioli both being in the midfield. So if teams try to close out Luca, Fagioli can do just as good a job, if not a bit better. So and Fagioli's got some serious vision as well. So it helps everything. And when you have these guys on the pitch, Fagioli showed his willingness. Locatelli in this one was getting up the pitch. He was getting involved. That goal, that PK goal, is led off by him driving into the area. It's all making sense. Milik being our target man and us actually using, but not only that, but him stretching the pitch, okay? Stretching the pitch, getting in behind their defenders. It's all making sense. It's all a combination, and it's looking good for Juve. Now, 2-1 lead, second half. No let up. That's what I expect. No let up, all right? So let's see what happens. We got more comments here. 2006, they pissed us off, and we took 9 on the trot. Keep pushing us, and we will just push back hard. I fucking love that. Let's go. Now's not the time for, and I tell you what, for those that are soft, for those that are not into it and just want to blame management for, like I said, hey, management made errors, and they're definitely responsible, but hey, did you fall in love with the management or did you fall in love with the club and the players and whatnot, okay? I'm with them. Ride or die till the end, all right? Fino alla fine. Let's go. On the pregame live, Anthony said 2-1 Juve, Chiesa, and Milik with the goals. Not bad so far. 10 shots. Max yelling right now. There you go. Fagioli was magnificent. I'll count it as 2 assists. He's so calm, composed, and well aware of his surroundings, his positioning. What a player. Hey, Rabiot made some big interventions there that sparked some turnarounds. Locatelli was doing a great job. I'm telling you, these guys, this is the best midfield trio easily, hands down, okay? Hands down. I will say this, going back to McKennie and whatnot as right wing back, in this one, I noticed he's playing within his abilities. Something that I was criticizing him earlier on in the season for trying to do too much, okay? Trying to do way too much and do things out of his ability and out of his range. But now, keeping things simple, and I like it. We're watching Keane warm up. We're watching Chiesa warm up. No doubt Chiesa is going to get in on this one. Will we see some magic from Federico Chiesa? Everybody, keep your comments going. You guys are fantastic. Milik went down too easy on that Palomino. I could see it. But I've also, like I said, I've just seen them called, so could have gone either way. But I do agree. Probably a little bit softer. Now, let's get into the second half. Like I said, we just got to keep things going. I want to see if we drop off. Are we going to see major changes out of Max Allegri? Like this pressure, the urgency, and everything. Are we going to see this team really go all out and whatnot? The question is, are the players going to be able to do that? I think Max is always going to be Max. I think Max looks at games, and when he thinks that, okay, this pressure, this press, this is essentially up to the players. Like, I feel like he gives the players a lot of freedom, and I think he's banking on those players to know by instinct when it's time for them to ramp things up and how they're going to attack teams and whatnot. Like, I think he lays out an overall game plan, but I think when they're out there, he's really banking on these guys to make those calls, especially offensively. The runs they make, the decisions they make is when they want to post up, when they want to use target, when they want to try and stretch things out. I think there's a general overall game plan, but I think he puts a hell of a lot of trust on these players. And I think when we look at Weston McKennie as an example, and I say all the time, positionally as a midfielder, he's making not a lot of sense in the runs and options he chose. He looks lost positionally. I think it's from a lack of direction, if I'm being honest, because Max allows that offensive freedom and players to just kind of create and whatnot. And that's great for a guy like Di Maria. But for a guy like McKennie, I don't think so. He's not one of those guys. So, again, I think there's some work there to be done as far as structure and rigidity. But, again, is Max going to be the guy that uses this adversity to just really ramp things up and whatnot? I don't think Max changes. I think we've seen enough, and we know now that Max won't change. Max not going to change. It's up to these players and whatnot. It's up to these players. Pogba and Vlahovic, back next week, apparently. Back next week. Will we stick with this 3-5-2 variation, 3-5-1-1, whatever you want to call it? Will we stick with that? I don't know. But I'm looking forward to getting these guys back in. There's been a lot of talk about Dusan Vlahovic, and all I want to say is that let's judge these guys when they're on the pitch. So Dusan Vlahovic, we've criticized him a bit for his games before and whatnot, but we haven't seen him since we've kind of hit a much better place as far as how we play. We haven't seen him in there because he was out. And we haven't seen him since we've found our best midfield trio. So I want to see him once they're starting to get some better service and playing a bit better. Then I want to see Dusan Vlahovic before actually ruling. And as far as Pogba goes, I've said this all the time and I stand behind it. You take away this injury nonsense and all this and whatnot, take all that away, judge the guy when he plays. And again, I never doubt Paul Pogba's talent and ability. When he is into something and he's fully invested, he is one of the elites, no doubt, when it comes to skill and ability. Is he all in? Is he fully into it? Hey, time will tell. We're apparently going to find out very, very soon. I personally look forward to it. And you know what? We need some good goddamn news, and we need some good stuff, and we need these guys to come in and be the impact and be the game breakers, all right? So, Forza Juve, Forza Dusan Vlahovic, and Forza Il Popo Paul Pogba, all right? I'm looking forward to it. Siraj coming in here. Great half. The boys played high pressure, decisive, risky passes, very direct approach. Milik is a real striker. That finish was superb. Unbelievable finish. I can't believe it. I'll be watching that one several times this evening as we get ready for the post-match podcast tomorrow, all right? Tiraj, why is Kostic having a low work rate after returning from World Cup? He has been noticeably off since the World Cup. Maybe catching up to him. He's played a lot of minutes with Juve. We got second half kicking off, everybody. I'm going to let the clock catch up. Whistle goes. Here we go. We're back. Timer's not started. There we go. Clock's going. Just waiting for it to catch up, and then we're going to rock. There we go. We're back in business. All right. De Bruyne closes it down inside for Scalvini. Carrying it forward. He's just going to go to Joachim Mele on the left. McKennie closing that down. Again. Scanning. De Bruyne. Trying to get inside to Scalvini. He does. Tries to go through ball. Cut out. Oh, bad pass from Danilo. Putting pressure. Lookman with the ball through. I think he's offside. Atalanta buries, but I think he's offside. 30 seconds in. No flag? No offside? Wow. Wow. Joachim Mele finishes for Atalanta. What a start. Are you kidding me? My God. My God. It looked offside to me after the pass from Lookman. Danilo with a bad pass. Trying to hit Locatelli. Inside to Lookman. Oh, to Bremer. Bremer was, it looked like he was just off, but again, no call from the pitch. They are going to look at it. I thought he was just off. I thought it was just off. That is a terrible, terrible start for Juventus. Szczesny getting fingertips too. Unbelievable start. Goal stands. We're going to chalk it up. My word, everybody. What a garbage start. That's a brutal, brutal error at the back from Danilo, who's so consistent for us, but that is a shocker. Through ball, trying to find Rabiot ahead of it. Deloy moving backwards here, some pressure, and he can only see it out for Juventus throw. My word, everybody. Is that awful? Two garbage goals allowed by Juventus. We're at 2-2. Here we go. Di Maria over to Kostic. Kostic back to Sandro. Come on, get it back, Juve. Let's go. Stop allowing garbage goals. Here's Rabiot deep on the left flank. Back to Kostic. Drops it back to Sandro. Inside for Locatelli. Locatelli goes inside, finds Fagioli. Fagioli back to Danilo. Inside to Locatelli. Over to Kostic on the flank. He's closed down quickly. Here's Sandro. Inside, Milik's going to step in there. There's Fagioli inside to Locatelli. Keep pushing forward. Locatelli all the way to the right for McKennie. And Locatelli's going to step forward. Fagioli drops down now. He's scanning. He's going to switch field, looking Kostic's way. Headed out for Juventus throw. There's a lot of good interchanges between these midfield three, like Rabiot, Fagioli, Loca. Sandro drawing a foul in a very, very good spot, and a yellow card for Ederson there on Atalanta. Di Maria stepping over it. Fagioli's going to head over here too. This is a good spot. A very good spot. So we can have Fagioli and Di Maria line up over the left foot and a right footer, and we will see here. My God, I can't get over that goal we allowed. So soft. Two garbage goals we allowed in this one. God, that pisses me off. Okay, come on. See what happens here. Di Maria stepping over. Musso making directions to a wall. Looks like he's got a two-man wall set up for this one. Come on. Have a hip, Fagioli. Catch Musso cheating. Di Maria run over it. He's going to cross it. Cleared by the first man. At least give your teammates an opportunity, Angel. Come on. Sandro being pressured by Hodlin. Easily cuts around him. Gets it over to the right side. Locatelli back to Danilo. Juve trying to get back into their shape and organized after that set piece. Fagioli back to Danilo. He's going to trot back into his position. Locatelli making up for it right now on the right side. Offering support to McKennie and Danilo. Fagioli now in the heart of the midfield. Szczesny. He's going to pump this one to Kostic on the left flank. Kostic has room to carry forward. He's going to try to play it inside, and that's an awful pass. Cut out. Luckily, the 1-2 didn't pan out. Hodglin's pass over to the right flank for Lookman was far too hard. Lazy passing to start this second half from Juve. Come on. We came out sleeping. Absolutely sleeping. McKennie trying to beat Joachim Mele on the right side. Loses it. Battling now. Mele wins it. Works it back. Finds Scalvini. Inside to Lookman. Lookman now has space. Finding Ederson. Tries to have a hit. It's blocked by Rabiot. Now Bremer carrying it forward. Just trying to hold possession. Finds Locatelli. Locatelli picking things up. He's going to switch it over to Di Maria. Di Maria's on the left side. Scanning. Over to Sandro. Sandro getting closed down by Hedebauer. Here's Bremer. Bremer over to Danilo. Danilo over to McKennie. Fagioli offering a little bit of support, but he goes back to Danilo. Back to Szczesny. Sandro's dropping down. Szczesny sees that Lookman's closing in on Sandro. Keeps it. Now, oh my God, he's taken forever, and Hodgson closes it down. He's going to play it all the way up. Atalanta trying to work their way through. But Danilo now stepping forward. Nice through ball for Kostic. Oh. Good through ball there on the step forward from Danilo. Kostic just couldn't beat Musso to it. Very closely contested ball. Lookman now slowly moving forward. Atalanta hasn't played with a quick pace for quite some time in this one. Working the ball around Juve's perimeter, then trying to find certain guys in creation. Boga being one who's on it now. Lookman being the other. And even Ederson. Here's a cross inside for Lookman, and that's headed in. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me, you guys? What is happening? We are sleeping in this half. Absolutely sleeping. Absolutely fucking sleeping, everybody. What in the hell is going on right now? This is nothing. Boga's out on the side. Danilo's closing it down. Cuts in. Look at the space Hodgson has. And then look at Sandro just not even close to Lookman. Not even close to reading that cross. Didn't even get in the air. Just not being able to keep up to that one. Sandro like just nowhere near. Unreal. Unreal. Sleeping. How on earth do you start a second half like that? And here's more lazy passing. Here's more lazy passing right now. Oh my God. And Kostic is just mess right now. But luckily we found the ball. We're dribbling through it through Rabiot. Here comes Fagioli. He's going to play it over to the right to Danilo. Danilo's going to go over to McKennie. Absolutely terrible start. Beyond terrible for the second half. Here's Locatelli. Tries to play it ahead. Juve just trying to cross balls in. Trying to make something happen here. Locatelli's carrying it forward. Trying to play a 1-2. Here's Fagioli. Fagioli's going to try and cross this one in. Goes off the defender for Juventus corner kick. Well, we got to find an equalizer quick because I don't like this. What's going on? We came out of the tunnel absolutely asleep. What are we doing? What are we doing? Just a dog shit 10 minutes to open this second half. My God, 2 goals allowed in 10 minutes to start. Here's a cross. Bremer. Bremer's there. Couldn't direct it on goal. Oh, man. Musso had no idea about that one, and Bremer just pops it straight up. Just couldn't get over that to direct that on goal. Atalanta pumping it forward. Bremer engaged with Hojlund. Little 1-2 there played by Atalanta. Juve gets it out. Here's Locatelli. Locatelli waiting for options. Finds Di Maria. Di Maria's touch lets him down, but Milik makes a great run. They find him. Over to the side to McKennie. McKennie's going to cross that. It's going back post. Headed forward. Offside for Juventus. Offside for Juventus. Probably calling Milik on that pass through from Di Maria. And yes, he was offside. Atalanta step in the line right before that time. All right. What a demoralizing. This is a tough one to come now with 2 goals allowed in 10 minutes time. Supposed to be this defense that's much more solid than this. And come on. Here's Rabiot trying to spur things on. Trying to get forward. Playing it with Di Maria. Di Maria's quickly closed down. Just tries to pass it right back to him. It's easily cut out. Atalanta in possession now. Hedabor going back to Musso. Atalanta with a chance to regroup. Inside pass to Ederson. Ederson finding Boga. Boga has a lot of space in the middle. Lookman. Oh, he had Lookman for a second there. Sandro, but Kostic closed it down. Here's Mele coming inside. Up top to Boga is going to have a shot. It's blocked. Danilo heads it out. Bremer's going to clear. Come on, Juve. Got to start finding attack. Here's Milik on it. Playing it back to Fagioli. Fagioli's carrying it forward. He's got no support, so he's got to just attack, and he does. He's fighting. He's grinding. He's trying to keep possession. Goes back to Milik. Milik finds Locatelli. Locatelli scanning. Trying to go deep to the far side for Kostic. Hedabauer cuts it off. Here's Locatelli getting engaged. Heads it forward for Milik. Milik, he gets his cut out by Demiral. Hoja now, pressure from Bremer, but it goes all the way back to Joachim Mele and Atalanta in possession. All right. Atalanta working it at the back. Meri Demiral. My God, unbelievable. Time for some changes. It's 57 minutes in. Let's light a spark here. Let's get some changes. I want to see Chiesa in here because the attitude, the demeanor, and the energy level is shocking to come out of a halftime like that. Shocking. So, I don't know if you all have noticed. Okay, so chat, you can let me know because I don't know if you've noticed, but these past few games, like after the World Cup, Juve's reverted. Like during the streak and everything, we were growing into games and becoming stronger as the game wore on, while being solid. However, and that includes games against Lazio and it includes games against Inter, but the start of the year when we were struggling, we were playing better in the first half, a good 15-20 minutes, and then just completely dropping off. Since the World Cup and the return, we've gone back that way, and we've been getting a little bit worse in the second half. And I just can't figure out why. Here's Lookman beating Kostic and Locatelli, but his cross gets cut out by Bremer. Atalanta in possession again. The energy level is dipping. We need to start winning the ball back. We need to ramp up the pressure. You're chasing the game now. We don't allow them to control comfortably like this. You've got to ramp up the pressure, guys. Get on the ball carrier immediately. Stop standing still. Here's Boga, again, deep. Working on McKennie. Back to Mele. Ref gets in the middle of it. Hilarious. Hilarious. Clown show out there. It's going to be a drop ball. Juve's going to pump it back to Atalanta, but man, This is crazy. Atalanta starting from the back. Hedebauer inside to Lookman. Lookman turned Sandro, but Rabiot comes in and helps. Quick ball over the top from Locatelli trying to find Milik. Demiral playing a sketchy one back to Musso. And Musso has it out for a throw-in. Milik making some serious shouts, saying Musso had played it with his hand. Looks like chest to me. Oh, it starts to dip up that other side. Questionable call. Here's Kostic coming off and Federico coming in. Okay, so Federico Chiesa enters the match in the 60th minute. Come on, Freddie. We need you, buddy. They've looked at it. Play on. Danilo on the right side. All the way over to Sandro. Let's see if Chiesa can get us going again. Danilo over to the right side. Here's McKennie. Cuts inside. Plays it inside to Fagioli. He's going to go all the way back to Danilo. Danilo now. Over to the right side. Here's Di Maria. Trying to cross it in for Milik. Milik trying to settle that one down. Just can't. Fagioli applying a little pressure to De Bruyne. De Bruyne able to slip out. Atalanta trying to pull through. Højlund gets it by Bremer. After his challenge, Højlund cutting in. He's got Lookman over to the far side. Great intervention from Gleison Bremer there, everybody. Because Lookman was on the other side waiting for that cross. There was a moment there where Højlund could have pulled the trigger. He did not, and Bremer took advantage. Fantastic work from Bremer. Oh, man. Federico Chiesa takes up his position on the left side. Let's see if he can have an impact. We need to get this guy engaged. We need to get him running at that back line. Sandro heads it into Rabiot. Rabiot trying to find Chiesa. He does. Chiesa's got pressure on him from Hedebauer. Puts him backwards. Quick one-touch pass forward. Nobody running onto it. Milik wasn't running onto it. Demiral easily puts it back to Musso. Musso now puts it all the way forward, but Danilo easily traps that. He's going to play it up for McKennie. McKennie's going to take a look. Left-footed pass inside to Milik. Milik able to hold it up. Inside for Luca. Luca battling through, but gets it stripped. Here's Lookman playing it forward for Hedebauer. Hedebauer working on Sandro. He's taking it to him. Gets deep in our territory. Stops. Inside for Lookman. Lookman trips in, slows down. Here's Rabiot on the ball now. We can turn. Up ahead for Milik. Milik looking for his options. Inside to Rabiot. Back to Locatelli. Locatelli carrying it forward. Looking for some targets. Looking for options. He's going to switch field to Chiesa. Chiesa 1v1 on Ederson. Come on. Get engaged here, buddy. Trying to play a 1-2. Inside for Fagioli. Inside for Luca. Luca tries to turn in, and we get a free kick in a great spot. Luca tried to make the turn in. Gets a challenge. This is a great spot for a free kick. Come on. This is a great spot for a free kick. Let's see if Juve can take advantage. Where's Ale Del Piero when you need him? De Bruyne coming in very hard. Missing the ball completely. Getting called on the shoulder bars there. Money spot here. Let's see. See who steps up. I think they had too many orange slices at halftime. That's gold. Gold. All right. Di Maria's over it. Milik is having words. Man. Let's see if we get this. 64th minute. Di Maria stepping over this one. Danilo there. Chiesa standing over from the left side. Danilo! The set piece with Di Maria feinting and playing it back for Danilo. Making up for the passing error mistake he had earlier. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. Second goal of the season for Danilo. We're back level, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. I love it. Chalk that one up. Chalk that one up. Goal Juventus. Goal Juventus. Danilo. Absolutely beautiful set piece worked. The wall jumps and Danilo hits it. Mele laying down. Doesn't matter. You just had a sweet view of that goal. Take that. Take that. Let's go, baby. We're level again, okay? Now let's get after it and take that win. Capitano Danilo making up for that passing error earlier. Let's go. Get into it. Boga coming off. Pasalic coming in for Atalanta. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Bravo Danilo. Bravo Juve. Back level. Now let's get after the win. 3-3. My word. Atalanta in possession now. Trying to come back at Juventus. A lot of 50-50s here. Locatelli getting stuck in. Di Maria trying to turn. Scalvini there. Just couldn't get the ball to settle. Here's Locatelli going in hard on De Bruyne. It's all right. That's all right. Don't worry about it, Loca. There's no color. There's no color involved. Is what it is. He is right, though. De Bruyne kicked into him after Locatelli won the ball. I get it, Loca. Chintzy. But let's let it go. Let's let it go. Come on. Here we go. Scalvini coming up inside to De Bruyne, back to Scalvini. Juventus cannot afford to fall asleep again. There's a through ball played. McKennie was watching. Danilo cuts it off. He's trying to see this one go out for a goal kick, and he does. Even threw a little feint in there to allow it a little more time. Fantastic. Fantastic. Let's go. Here comes Sandro up the left side for Juventus. Inside for Milik, who's dropped back. Back to Danilo. Danilo now scanning. Plays it over to Weston McKennie. Has Di Maria coming inside. Di Maria dummies that one for Milik. Inside pass. Makes a 50-50. Here's Fagioli trying to get in there. Wins it. Here's Luca trying to go over to Milik, but they actually shut the play down. Shut the play down, and it's going to be Atalanta's ball, calling a handball on Fagioli there. Now, let's go. Bikram Jeet. Can Federico Chiesa find a winner again for Juve? I hope so. I will absolutely love it. Toloi going back to Musso here. Light pressure from Juventus. Again, Joachim Mele working it with Scalvini at the back. Scalvini on it now. He's going to try and long ball this one, and it's going to go all the way to the back. Szczesny will have a little touch there for Sandro, and Sandro can carry the ball forward into some space. Scanning. Trying to find Rabiot. And man, really, really awful passing from Juventus. Forces a 50-50 on what should be a seemingly easy pass. Here comes Joachim Mele up the left side. Going to go inside to De Bruyne, back to Joachim Mele. Lookman has switched over to the left side. Now Pasalic has moved to the right side after Boga being substituted. Here comes De Bruyne. And McKennie quickly closing down on Joachim Mele. They're trying to work a 1-2. Lookman and Mele. His ball through is going to go out. It looks like it's going to be a Juventus goal kick. Closing in on 70 minutes. Will one of these teams nab the points? Let's see. Let's see. Toloi cutting off a long ball from Juventus, finding Joachim Mele up the left side. He's trying to play it inside to Hojla. Nice little heel pass, but Danilo reads that one and sees it out for an Atalanta throw-in. Come on, guys. Ramp up the pressure. Get the ball back. Get after the win. Don't let these teams too comfortable. Again, our mids and our backline has dropped right off. Atalanta able to have this possession. Here's Lookman. Working on the left side. Cross in. Szczesny comes out and handles that. Can't drop off too much. Have to keep the pressure. Have to win that ball back. Let's go. Let's go. Here's a throw from Szczesny finding McKennie, who's moving up the right flank. He's trying to find an option. He's cutting inside. Does find Locatelli, who finds Sandro. Sandro now moving up to the left side. Finds Chiesa. Little 1-2 with Di Maria. Di Maria back to Chiesa. Chiesa looking to get engaged here. 3 men watching Chiesa. Here's a cross back post. Just cleared from Atalanta. Trying to play it out. And we give them an easy out. On a terrible pass out from Lookman, we take a stupid foul. And totally relieve the pressure when we have them pinned back. 70th minute mark. Come on. Atalanta is sending 3 over Federico Chiesa's way. He had a good cross in there. We got to look for that and take advantage of the numbers. And somebody else is going to have to take advantage of that space there. Must be noted, Di Maria still in this one. Di Maria is not 100%, but here we are at 70 minutes. He is still in this one. Max wants that next goal. Here's Fagioli winning the ball back, trying to pop it over the top for Di Maria. Di Maria is going to head it back downwards, but still had Joachim Mele in between there, so couldn't get it to Rabiot. Rabiot and McKennie doing some work, winning the ball back. Here's Rabiot in possession, just trying to hang on to it. He does. Finds Luca. Luca all the way up to Milik. Milik back for... Oh, my God. There we go. Here's Chiesa. Made his way into the middle. Oh, tried to switch it back and find Milik, but it was just cut out. He almost slipped that one through. Here's Chiesa applying a little bit of pressure to the back line. Toloi has to go all the way to the left side to Scalvini. And now Juve kind of trotting back. The pressure is light. Mele able to pass the ball inside. Ederson sleeping, but managed to still find it. He's going to switch the field over to Hadabor. Hadabor stops it for Pasalic. Pasalic taking a look. Back to Hadabor. Inside to Højlund. Tries a little heel pass there, but Juve knew all about it. Danilo over to McKennie. Inside to Rabiot. He's tired. These players are getting tired. These guys have been in there from the start. You can see it. You can see it because the pressure is getting light from Atalanta too. Let's go, Juve. Find this next one. Come on. Danilo over to the right side here. McKennie back to Danilo. Locatelli dropping back. Try and find the ball. Sandro now on the left side. He scans. Tries to go down the side for Chiesa. Chiesa getting it wrong. Applying a little bit of pressure. Pressure's too light there from Di Maria and Chiesa. Atalanta able to work it through. Here's Ederson in the middle of the pitch. He's going to play it over to the right side to Pasalic. Chiesa coming in to close things down. Sandro just keeping tabs on Hedebauer. Hedebauer coming in. Plays it back for Ederson. Ederson closed down quickly. Here's De Bruyne. Over to Lookman. Lookman working on Fagioli. Cutting in, shot block. Here's De Bruyne, back to Joachim Mele. Mele back to De Bruyne. Fagioli closing down. He's going to go to Toloi. Toloi might try and work it up the other flank. He's got to hit the board there. He steps in. He's going to have a hit. Oh, big stop from Szczesny. Good stop from Szczesny. Again, this can happen if we drop off too deep. You want to close down on ball carriers quickly. It's a good rip. Szczesny always on top of that one. 73 minutes. Come on, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Just tuning in now. Get those likes up, everybody. Come on. And smash that subscribe button. What are we talking about? Ederson tried to hit that back into the area. It's blocked. This is going to go out for an Atalanta throw. Hedebauer on it. He's going to throw it in immediately. But we have a substitution that's being made. Di Maria is going to be coming off. There's a double change. So, Milik and Di Maria leave. Keane and Miretti enter the pitch. Wouldn't that be something if Miretti gets his first senior goal and it's a winner against Atalanta? I hope it happens for the kid. Let's go. Let's go. Pasalic battling with Rabiot. Chiesa comes in, gaining possession. Rabiot just working it. Trying to keep this here. Trying to flip it forward. Just couldn't keep it in play. What a game. 6 goals between both of them. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Where's the I love it, baby button? Hey, that's a great idea. We should make a custom. Try and get YouTube on that. All right. Closing in on 75 minutes. Atalanta in possession. De Bruyne. Just scanning. Like I said, Juve's midfield dropping off. And their backline dropping off. Hedebauer on the right flank into Toloi. Sandro closing it down. Blocks that cross. Atalanta throw. Let's win this ball back quickly, boys. Come on. We need to start challenging him on the other side of the pitch. Here's Ederson popping it forward. Keane trying to get engaged and win that one, but his header just simply bounces off Ederson back into Atalanta possession. Scalvini over to Joachim Mele. 1-2 with Lookman. Closed off there by Fagioli, but Mele comes out with it. He's going to play it over for Lookman. Lookman's going to try to line up a shot, but he can't. Being closed down by Miretti as well. Here's Rabiot stepping in to get engaged. Luca wins it, and now is carrying it over, leading the charge. Looking for his options. Trying to find Chiesa there. Trying to head it through back to him. Here's Keane closing things down. Oh, we just couldn't make some guesses there in terms of where they were going to try to play themselves out of that one. As Keane, Chiesa, and Miretti were all hovering there. Ball played back to Musso. But he has Scalvini to the opposite side. And De Bruyne. Joachim Mele. Up ahead for Lookman. Cut out by McKennie. Back in De Bruyne's possession. Again, Juve's dropped off. 76th minute. Mele inside for Scalvini. To Ederson. Toloi shouting for it. He's going to get it here. Juve has dropped off a lot. Over to the right side with Hedebauer. Chiesa closing in but slowly. Ederson now. Back to Toloi. Back to Demiral. Demiral trying to switch field all the way over for Mele. McKennie cuts it off. Fagioli. Trying to send Moise Keane on the ground, but it's cut out. Here's a through ball looking Højlund's way. Bremer always there blocking it out for a corner kick. Oh, that would have been a lovely, lovely through ball if we could have hit Milik there. I'm fine with them taking those risks in those opportunities. But what I'm not fine with is dropping too far deep and not putting enough, asking enough questions of Atalanta possession. Here's Lookman's cross in, headed out by Juve. And again, headed out by Miretti. Possession still with Atalanta. De Bruyne. Over to Mele. Here comes Toloi. Up the right side to Hedebauer. Hedebauer. Over to Toloi. Over to Pasalic. To Toloi. Demiral. Scalvini. Sorry, De Bruyne. Here's Lookman. 1v1 with Fagioli. Back to De Bruyne. Over to Ederson. He's going to play it over to... trying to fit Pasalic. Close down. Ball over the top. Looking Moise Keane's way. Chested down. He's going to try and turn this one on. Let's go, Moise. Oh, cut out by Meri Demiral. Yes! Misplayed. Cross in! Oh, my God! Oh, my God! Fabio Miretti. Fabio Miretti just closed down. That was the one. Oh my word, this kid, I feel so bad for him. Get that monkey off your back. My word. That was the one. You have a Demiral error, Keane pounced on. Miretti's got to be strong there and see that one in the goal. Foul now on Juventus. 79th minute we reach. Oh my lord. Don't know. No idea what Demiral was doing there. And look at this. Oh, he was way too casual about it. Miretti just getting way too casual about it. Not knowing anything about De Bruyne being on his back. Oh my God, Miretti. I wanted that for you, my man. I really, really did. Had no idea De Bruyne was there, and just enough to interrupt him. He still got the shot off. It's got to be better. It's got to be better. Okay, so Juve pouncing on this loose ball. Trying to play it backwards. Can't. Miretti. But still wins possession. Finds Sandro. Locatelli. Arms up. Trying to get Sandro to notice him to try and find him. But he had a lot of work to do just to keep possession. Ball at the back now with Szczesny. Over to the right flank with McKennie. A lot of space in front of him. Nobody coming in for support. Sandro somehow finds himself on the right side of the pitch. Where are you going, man? He was following his man there. Here's a 1-2 trying to be played by Atalanta, but it's cut out. And now Miretti carries forward for Juventus. Calling Chiesa back. Finds Chiesa. It's cut out. And it gets hit off of Chiesa out for an Atalanta throw. Good challenge in there from Hadabor. We have Juan Cuadrado coming in for Nicolo Fagioli. This will see Cuadrado move over to the right wing-back position for the final 10 minutes, and McKennie will slot in to the central midfield. Throw in for Juventus. Sandro inside to Locatelli. Locatelli back to Danilo. He's got Cuadrado on his right, but he goes over the top for McKennie. Overran it. Didn't get enough heat on that cross. Here's McKennie doing great work, trying to win this ball back for Juve. He does win a Juventus throw. All right. Ball to the back here. Danilo. Over to Bremer. Over to Sandro. Scanning. Our midfielders have their arms up so much, looking for some line-breaking passes, and there's just nothing coming there. Here's Miretti, back to Danilo, over to the side for Cuadrado. Miretti, there's a short option. Cuadrado's feinting, carrying it forward, inside to Miretti. Miretti back to Danilo. Pick up the pace, guys. Let's go. Miretti, scanning, trying to go over the top, but there's no run being made. Easily handled. Seen back to Musso from Toloi there. And now Musso pumps it forward. Juve's got two players engaged. Sandro heads it forward. Chiesa tries to settle it here for Locatelli. Locatelli trying to dribble forward. He's closed down by three Atalanta players. Chiesa trying to play it back. Here's some pressure. Here's Miretti carrying it forward. Gotta get in tough there, kid. Got to get in tough there. Push that ball ahead of you. It looks like a triple change coming in here from Atalanta at the 82nd minute. Muriel for Højlund. Jim City for Ederson. And it looks like, well, is Ruggeri going to come in? I think Ruggeri's going to come in as well. All right. Come on. Come on, everybody. Let's go. Let's smash and grab this game. Let's get one more. Let's get one more. They're showing that play again. They're showing him onside, but not at the moment the ball is actually struck. So, terrible choice of visionary pieces there, but shocking stuff there. Oh, come on. Let's go, Juve. Throw in to Sandro. Sandro goes to the back, over to Danilo. Danilo back to Cuadrado on the right side. Only has a couple options. Tries to play it ahead. What is with these weak passes? Hit the thing with some mustard. Even that pass to McKennie there. It took an hour to get it to him. Of course he's closed down at that time. Let's go, you guys. Hit that goddamn ball. Sandro heading it up, trying to find Rabiot. Rabiot engages there. Here's Sandro seeing it out, so it's going to be Juventus throw. Goes to the back to Bremer. Bremer's going to play it over to Danilo. Danilo has Cuadrado on his right as he's dropped off a lot. Danilo chose to hold it, play it into Locatelli. Back to Danilo to Bremer. Bremer up ahead, trying to find Chiesa. Chiesa's touch takes it right into Atalanta. Oh, there's a high boot. High boot. Juve's got advantage. Trying to find. He does. McKennie finds Rabiot here. Cross going back into back post, and we have nobody there. All trailing runs, but nobody attacking goal. Here's Bremer winning it for Juventus. Inside to Rabiot. Come on, you guys. Here's Chiesa. Inside for Luca. 1-2. Here's Bremer way up there, finding 1-2 for Luca. Luca trying to hit it, and it's just weak as he falls down, reaching for that shot. 85th minute. Holy Christ, you guys. Holy. Hit that damn ball with some friggin' conviction. Let's go. I can't believe nobody went for broke on that run. Rabiot put a good cross in their back post. All our runs were trailing runs outside of Moise Kean, who was short side. But nobody was their back post. That was a great ball from Rabiot. Toloi. Back to Midi Demiral. Possession sits at 55%. Atalanta 45 for Juventus. They're going to try and long ball this one. Ooh, bounces through the first, but Bremer sees it. Back to Danilo. Here comes Locatelli. Ooh, taking his time here, but back to Cuadrado. Cuadrado, heel pass for Danilo. Inside to Locatelli. Sandro to his left. Locatelli finds Sandro. Sandro carrying it forward. Goes back to Cuadrado. Sorry, Danilo. Now finds Cuadrado. Little run being made from McKennie. Trying to play it 1-2 there. He does get it in deep. He's got De Bruyne ahead of him. No, that's Chum City. Sorry. Back to Cuadrado. Gonna try to come inside. Finding Rabiot. To Chiesa. Trying to pop that one over to the back post for Miretti, who was making the run. Oh my God. My God. Frustrating. Frustrating. Atalanta in possession. It's with Musso, the back. They're going to work it up the left flank here. Juventus trying to get position. We have 86 minutes in, okay? Will Juventus come and find that winner? Will the game remain 3-3 draw? Pump forward. Bremer cleans it up, pumping it forward. Oh, Lookman drawing the foul there. Atalanta. They're not wasting time. They're getting the ball back into play. Like, Atalanta's going to want to get after a goal here. Juve's got to find this. They got to get the ball back, though. Come on. Atalanta just working it at the back. Outside. Trying to come in and find Lookman. Always Lookman. Here's Muriel. Great step in from Bremer. And we're turning it. Here's Luca. Over to Miretti. McKennie's coming up forward. Miretti far too long. It's blocked out. It's going to be Juventus throw, but far too long. Here's Cuadrado. Slamming it over to the left for Sandro. Chiesa trying to break free and find a little space. Here's Rabiot. Look at Chiesa. Just give him that little tap, man. Here's Sandro overlapping Rabiot. Is he going to take his man on? He goes up to the top for Locatelli. Locatelli finding Chiesa, who's central. Back for Danilo. Over to Cuadrado. Cuadrado now. Going to run at his man. Come on. Oh my God. And Cuadrado wants to have a hit from that angle. Never even challenging goal whatsoever. Cuadrado is not the Cuadrado. Not the Cuadrado of old when it comes to 1v1s. And not the Cuadrado of old. Here's a long ball forward. And Atalanta able to settle it through Muriel and Pasalic. Bremer winning the ball back. Great work from him. Here's Rabiot trying to go over the top for Moise Kean. Moise Kean's going to be battling with Demiral here. He's forcing him out to the corner. He tries to backheel one inside. Doesn't fall for him. Scalvini inside. Lookman has dropped off. Now he's running. Rabiot trying to gain ground. He does here. Now over to Pasalic, who's got Sandro ahead of him. He's going to try and run in at him. Here's Rabiot closing out. Here's Pasalic, left-footed shot. It's blocked. Danilo does well to recover there, to head that out. Headed back in. They're going to let it fall out for a goal kick. 89th minute, 22 seconds. Come on, Juve. Smash and grab this thing and take that winner. I want the greasiest, ugliest goal you can find. Inside through Moretti. Moretti trying to play this one forward for McKennie. Now back to Cuadrado. Cuadrado. Inside. Over to Sandro. Over to Chiesa. Come on, Chiesa. You got Hitebauer in front of him. He's got a second man coming in to close him down. Oh, his pass inside looking for Moise Keane was awful. Rabiot settled it nicely. 1-2 from Luca to Chiesa. Back to Luca. Trying to find inside for Keane. Trying to apply pressure and push forward. Here's Cuadrado with the volley. It's hit and out for a corner kick. Cuadrado's got his shooting boots on today, but my God. Come on. I don't care who gets it. I don't care how. Find that winner. That ended up hitting McKennie and going out. We have 4 minutes of stoppage time, everybody. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Can we find that winner? Can we find that winner? Musso setting up. He's going to pump this one forward. Overload from Atalanta on the right side. Here's Muriel chesting it down easily for Lookman. Good pressure from Juve. Luca with it. Jesus. Soft pass again. Cut out. Oh, and Danilo was the one making the run forward. We're back with Lookman. Plays a 1-2. Cut out. Easily handled by Szczesny on that low cross. Szczesny quickly looking to throw this one out and send us the other way. Here's Rabiot. We are at the 91st minute and Rabiot running hard, trying to carry us and drive us forward. Good on him. Here's Moretti on the ball. Has an option with Danilo running forward. We go backwards. Sandro inside. Trying to play with Chiesa. That's a foul. We're going to take that one. Chiesa challenge there late from Hitebauer. Come on. Let's go, boys. Find one. Like I said, I don't care how. I don't care who. The uglier, the better. Demoralize everybody. Let's go. Find this victory. Chiesa getting into it with Hadabor. Take it easy, man. Heard it where it counts the most. Find that goal, Freddie. Find that goal. Find that goal. Come on, boys. Come on, let's go. 92 minutes, 25 seconds. Let's find this one, everybody. Come on. Find this Juve. Let's go. Miretti and Sandro standing over this thing. Have this ball into the mixer. Gleison Bremer, find this header, put it in the back of the net, and make up for that other showing. Sandro runs over it. Here's Miretti. It's going to in-swing. He gets it. Rabiot flicks on. Rabiot still challenging for it. 50-50 now at the top of the area. Sandro running in. McKennie over to Cuadrado. Cuadrado doing Cuadrado things. Danilo inside. Sandro. Back to Locatelli. Push it forward, guys. We have 50 seconds left. Over to Cuadrado. Now he wants to cross early. And that is going well back post. Keane can't settle it. Basalic has it out. Moretti's going to watch it out for a throw-in. Nobody in position other than Sandro right here. Pasalic challenge, misses him. Here's Sandro still cutting in. No right foot though, so he goes back to Danilo. Outside to Chiesa. Chiesa's going to cross this one in short. Short. Guys, why can't we have it in the heart of the mixer? Why are all our crosses so short? Why are all our passes just so soft? Here's Danilo trying to turn around. There's 7 seconds left. Here's Moretti trying to pop this one forward. It goes out, and this game ends a draw. 3-3 draw, right? I called 2-2 in the Match Day Live. I thought this game had draw written all over it. We are here for the handshakes. My word, Miretti. had the game on his boot, I felt, and was way too nonchalant about it. Yeah, but can't fault him overall. Juventus slept in the start of that second half. They allowed 2 goals in 10 minutes coming out of the halftime. That's tough to get results when you do that. But nonetheless, 3-3 draw. Jeremiah coming in. What the fuck, Miretti? Pretty nonchalant, but like I said, still, we're coming out of the halftime with a 2-1 lead in this, and we were by far the better team in the first half, and we fell asleep at the wheel to start the second half, all right? Also, again, just 2 of the goals we allowed were absolutely brutal, okay? Howler from Tech, and I'm sorry, but Sandro getting it all wrong on Lookman there on a free header. Some pretty bad goals. The Danilo pass, so sloppy. 2 goals in 10 minutes is bad. And then you're going to throw in the Tech Howler at the start. It's tough. So Miretti, I'll let that one slide, even though I think he's absolutely has to find a way to make that go in the back of the net. Way too nonchalant there. Chiesa, I thought, he came in, but the second he touches the ball, they're pushing him backwards towards us, and they had 3 guys on him, for God's sakes. So that opens it up for the other guys. He did manage to find a great cross back post we weren't able to get to. Rabiot had that great ball that nobody was even running to back post. So it is what it is. But Locatelli, I thought, had a really strong game. Okay, I thought he was very much involved in a lot, and he was pushing forward when we were in possession and we were trying to get forward. So if we want to talk about trying to ramp things up, Locatelli, I noticed big time. He was getting involved and stepping forward, and there was great interchange in the midfield between Rabiot, Locatelli, and Fagioli. Hands down, our best midfield trio. Fagioli had a great game. Fagioli had a very, very strong showing in this one, okay? But yeah, you can't help but feel this is one this club's going to want back when you kick off the second half 2-1. You just can't allow 2 goals in 10 minutes time. So again, questions of us and dropping back deep. Saw that in this one. Can't make life comfortable for our opponents. Let's get to some of your comments and thoughts. I am going to hit you with the stats as we wrap things up here, okay? Let's hit you with some of the stats in this one as we talk aftermath, okay? 53% possession to Atalanta, 47 for Juventus. Total attempts, 15 for Juve, 14 for Atalanta. Only 4 on target for Atalanta, and they got 3 goals, okay? 8 attempts on target for Juventus. Big chances created, 2 for Juve, 1 goal, 2 for Atalanta, no goals on big chances. If you're looking at this one and we kind of break things down, again, this is one that I think Juve is going to be extremely pissed off about, and rightfully so, because you just can't. You just absolutely cannot slip up like that coming out of the second half. Shocking stuff. Coming out of that first half performance, there's no way, and no chance I would have said we're going to allow 2 goals. Probably in that half, but let alone 10 minutes to start. So let's get to some of these thoughts here. We're going to get man of the match. Who does everybody select for their man of the match? Start getting those in here now, and I will give you the ratings from just SofaScore, okay? So let's take a look at SofaScore and see what they did for ratings. I don't think SofaScore is very good when it comes to ratings, but I'll give it to you anyways. Szczesny finishes with a 6. That's exactly where you start from, and I'd probably leave it at that. Some might say generous based on how bad that howler was. Danilo, 7.3. Bremer, 7. Alexandro, 6.3. McKennie 6.6. Fagioli 6.7. I think a little low for Fagioli. Locatelli 6.9. Rabiot 5.9. I didn't feel that way. Kostic 6.8. Angel Di Maria 8.7. Arkadiusz Milik 7.4. If we're going to talk about man of the match, I'm probably going to have to say it's between Di Maria and Fagioli for me. I thought Bremer was solid and good, and Danilo, of course, bagged that goal. That was a big goal, but he also really hurt us on that back pass there, so I make that a wash. Weston McKennie, I think, a little hard done by on that rating. Did his job pretty good. I probably would have put him up 1 point. Fagioli, very low at 6.7. Not fair to Fagioli. That's at least a 7.5 game for him. Locatelli, a 7, I think. And Rabiot, at least the same at 6. I would have probably put him at a 6.5, maybe pushing the 7 mark. Di Maria, 8.7. Yeah, I think Di Maria is definitely up there at the 7.5, 8 range. 8.7, pushing 9. I don't know if it's pushing 9. Milik at 7.4. Yeah, I think that's a 7.5 performance from there. I think all those guys are in the mix for man of the match. I think you could put Luca, Fagioli, Di Maria, and Milik kind of in there, but probably overall edging it, I'd probably say most likely Fagioli. Locatelli did put in an incredible shift. Kostic getting a higher rating than Rabiot and Sandro is kind of shocking to me. I thought he was pretty bad. Alex P. let him be known what he thought of Kostic's performance. B1897, Kostic was invisible. He cannot run, he cannot cross, he cannot pass. What the hell can he do? Hey, coming back from the World Cup, make no mistake about it, Kostic is not the Kostic before. Have all those minutes, has everything just caught up to him? Maybe, because he's not the same guy. He was hitting a really good stride and his work rate was good and whatnot, but right now it's just not working for him. And a lot of the time, I'm looking at these highlights again, that Danilo giveaway was just absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal goal. That's a garbage goal to give up. Like, the finish and stuff was fine and everything, and people might not look at it as being bad, but it is a bad goal to give up. Terrible goal to give up. And then Sandro, not even close to contesting Lookman on that. Not reading that play at all. Piss poor. The set piece was brilliant. Di Maria gets a whole wall to bite, and Danilo comes in and just hammers it home low and hard. Great stuff. The positives, everybody, Juve fought. Juve fought back, and to be honest, there were opportunities. There were moments there to be had and taken for this game. Pogba and Vlahovic are coming back. What will Max do? Will he continue with that one attacking mid that he's using Di Maria kind of in? Is he going to switch things up and finally get Chiesa on one wing, Di Maria on the other? Pogba can enter the mix. For me, it definitely is going to get better because Pogba is going to be a huge factor in terms of how much this team will create moving things forward. But hey, it's got to get better from a passing standpoint, everybody. I'm seeing your comments, and you guys you're right. I mean, there's so many opportunities there, and this is why I say a guy like Pogba shifts a lot, and he really pushes that needle forward, because how many times can our players not find the correct weight on a pass? We had a lot of opportunities. We were stretching Atalanta good. Everybody knows the MO when it comes to Atalanta, and they push in numbers. But man, you can't even punish them when every single long ball you're trying to hit doesn't have the right weight behind it. We were short on so many passes, and we were way too long on a lot of them. They just can't dial it in. And again, when you look at some of our games, we're changing up game plans and we're doing this, but again, a lot of the injuries and that chemistry that's kind of not really there and in sync. When you look at the midfield of Rabiot, Locatelli, and Fagioli, it works and it does look like chemistry's there. But when you're looking at the other pieces trying to put it together, a lot of confusion still on what runs our forwards are making and just thinking similarly from there, especially from the back. When the guys at the back are trying to find our target guys and our forwards, they seem all out of whack because they're sending it long. When these guys are posting up, they're posting up and they're sending it long. And half the time when they do have the right call and the guy is making the run, it's so short and they got to stop their run completely just to try and play the ball. Like that happened to McKennie multiple times late in the second half there. He's making good runs and he's attacking the space that they've given us. And my God, we just can't even put it close to him. He had to stop both his runs. And then at that point, it's so easy for the Atalanta player to just cut it out. So the execution, guys, is really, really suffering for Juventus. And again, are we done at the back? How's everybody feeling about the back? All of a sudden, this, clean streak and all this, all of a sudden, now we're getting cheap goals allowed on us and starting to look shaky back there. I thought overall, defensively, we looked pretty good and looked fine. But those goals that we conceded were so bad. So bad. 3-3 draw, Juve and Atalanta. Frustrating stuff for me. I think this one, man, coming out of the half 2-1, you've got to do much better than come out that flat. If we take a look at Juventus now, they're going to have essentially, it's a full week break, okay? 7 days. They will face Monza again, this time in Serie A competition. That one has to be a victory, okay? So that's going to wrap things up for Serie A there. I called the month of January being 4 wins and 2 draws for Juventus. We are currently at 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, okay? So I fully expect a victory next Sunday against Monza at home. Follow up to that, February 2nd, Coppa Italia match against Lazio. The last time we faced Lazio, of course, was a very strong showing from Juventus in which we won 3-0. I expect a victory there as well. Then we have a busy month of February again because you have Salernitana on the road. You have Fiorentina, that'll be in Turin. And then we have our 2 matches in the Europa League against Nantes, and that's going to be on the 16th and the 23rd. Spezia game in the middle of those 2 games on the 19th, and then we wrap things up with the Derby della Mola against Torino on the 28th. So a very, very busy month of February, okay? So that is 7 games in the month of February. A lot of work still to be done at Juventus. Big drop off in the second half to this one. The attitude, everything we liked in the first half didn't come out of the tunnel that way. And that's got to change. But again, we're getting a boost with Vlahovic and Pogba. We got to hope that it translates on the pitch. We're going to get to some of your comments here in the wrap up here and see how you guys feel. So BI1897, I will rather watch Illing and Sule on the wings than Kostic and McKennie. Gatti should be our first choice as central defender instead of Sandro. Fagioli should play every match. So, yeah, I mean, to be fair to McKennie, he played within his limits and he did his job in covering while Cuadrado was out. Sule does have some liability issues defensively. I like Sule not on the wing as a wingback. I do like him in that the role that Di Maria was playing today, where he's got freedom and he can create and whatnot. I like him in that role. He's an attacking player. He's so skilled and so technical. You've got to get him in attacking roles. Illing Jr., with how Kostic is playing now, Illing Jr. deserves to be starting. All right? So, to be honest, Illing Jr. needs to be starting. Right now, it's up to Kostic to get back into the starting lineup. So, Illing Jr. is definitely warranted starting minutes starting now. So, I expect him to be started there. Gatti, Hey, Gatti's supposed to get an increased workload second half of the season. I want to see it. I want to see Gatti in there as well. Sandro, shocking, absolutely shocking on that Lookman header. My God, that's going to piss me off when I recap this one later on and get ready for post-match podcast coming up tomorrow, okay? So make sure you're all here. Love to see you guys in here and make the lives awesome. You guys in the chat are incredible. So let's reconvene tomorrow and cover this one in good detail. Talk about press conference, talk about aftermath, and what we can look forward to. Expect an injury update. That's usually going to follow on the Mondays, so we can expect injury updates and then see what it's going to look like for the following week, all right? Let's get to some more comments here. And we got some kind of disagreements in terms of Illing and Sule at wings, kind of the same as playing Chiesa there. We'll see. Annie Mesh saying we are regressing to the mean in terms of goals conceded. Yes, no doubt about it. Starting to get really, really leaky again. That confidence in building this solidity, anyways, defensively, no longer there. So work to be done, everybody. Troy coming in here with 3-2-4-1. The Brazilians. Rabiot and Luca pivot. Kostic, Chiesa, Pogba, Di Maria with Vlahovic up top. Well, that ends up putting two-man pivot. Kostic will end up on the left side. Probably have Di Maria on the other, or Chiesa on the other. Somebody's got to close out and still be kind of that outside mid. I don't really know, to be honest. I think it's 4-3-3 or nothing, really. 4-2-3-1, potentially. A 4-2-3-1 could be interesting. But we'll have to see. 4-2-3-1 could be okay. 4-2-3-1 could be okay. I don't know about this 3-2-4-1. Trying to make sense of that, but be interesting. Kamal. Miretti not creating chances, and even empty goal he always misses. He is not effective. Just plays. Now I'm starting to dislike him. Well, don't dislike him. He's a young kid. We have to be patient. We can't expect major change at Juventus and to start making the most of our young talents and whatnot and quickly give up on them. But maybe, just maybe, that feeling that a lot of us had, and myself and Anthony included at the start of the year, that Fagioli had already put in shift and minutes with Cremonese and was doing very, very good. Rovella was putting in a full shift in Serie A and was doing very, very well. Miretti came straight in from Juve Next Gen. Much different for him. And to be honest, maybe, just maybe, us old guys that were thinking, hey, maybe Miretti should be the one heading out on loan. Maybe that is the play. Maybe he needs to get his bearings about him, and right now it's a bit too much. I don't know. It hasn't fallen for the kid, but I'm definitely not disliking him. And I'm not going to be too harsh on him, all right? I think we need to give the youngster this time, okay? Jeremiah, for this season, I'm only looking forward to Europa and Copa. Not confident for a top 4 finish. Well, hey, chips are stacked now after that penalty. Again, there's going to be a lot happening. This thing is far from over, but, man, that's a draw that feels so bad because you're literally in the driver's seat going into the second half and you just totally shit the bed coming out of the gate. This draw really stings, almost like a loss, to be honest. Really bad one. Really bad one. Del's coming in saying, I expected so much more from Miretti, but I realized that my expectations were too high. I won't expect anything from him going forward. Yeah, I mean, I still stand behind this kid needing some type of contribution. He's only got 1 assist to his name, but when you're seeing things like that in moments that are game-breaking moments, he just hasn't pulled through. He hasn't pulled through. And I don't know if you can only put this to the minutes and say like a loan changes that or whatnot. I think he's just, hey, he's a super young guy. He's got a lot of talent and great technical ability, but right now it's reading that tempo and reading the physicality. The physicality is where he really misses the mark. And I don't watch a lot of the Juve Next Gen to really notice if there's that big a difference in terms of the tempo or speed, or especially when in the final third or whatnot. But he's missed the mark. He's missed the mark on decision making and those tight quarters in the final third. And to not be aware that De Bruyne is literally there, he's practically breathing on him at the point, and he's just so nonchalant about it. And he also didn't have the confidence to just hit it with the leading foot, which was his off foot, and he wanted to side foot it, slot it on this side, when again you should feel the pressure from De Bruyne, who's not far off you, just over that shoulder. So an awful read there. But again, he's so young. He is so young, and I think maybe this guy needs to go somewhere. I'm not at the point where we should pull the plug on the kid by any means. He's so young. You can see the talent that's there, but he needs minutes at this league and probably somewhere else where the expectations aren't so high, to be honest, okay? Jerry B coming in here saying that nothing will change until we get a good coach. The players aren't the problem. Interesting, because if I look at a situation like Miretti's there, that's decision making. If I'm looking at how many passes we were all complaining about, and I saw the chat go wild on some of these passes that were errant and missing and too short, too heavy, that's execution, my man. I'm not advocating for Max's style. Like I said, during that second half, I was fuming at how far back we were dropping off and allowing Atalanta space to work it around. I hate that. I'm not down with that at all. But I think we have to look at player execution too. Now, let's get into some more. What are my expectations for Juve this season realistically? If you're talking about standings and where we're going to end up, honestly, I wanted to just treat this one as a match and not get into, because it's going to continue to come up in other shows and whatnot. I wanted this one to just be the watch along, focus on the match and everything. But we got to talk about these points. What concerns me the most, okay, that even rival fans don't seem to understand, is the precedent that was set when we're talking about this point deduction. And a lot of people out there just don't understand it. There's been plusvalenza cases, okay? Previously. Historically, it was fines. Now, when you think about the precedent the league set, not just in terms of the fines, but this was dismissed twice prior to going to this last hearing. This hearing lasted barely 2 hours, and they come out with a verdict that was bigger than what the prosecution was even asking for. Okay? Not following the precedent that was already set in historic cases, and overturning something that was dismissed twice already and coming in with sporting punishment. Guys, I am not feeling confident about the appeals, if I'm being quite honest. So for us, realistically, I'm hoping that we can just prove like that the whole basis that all this stems of is such a massive gray area. Where we drop the ball and where management, those guys deserve punishment. You're a publicly traded group, and your books were unaccounted for 32 million. Okay? 32 million. Now, where people don't understand is where they're trying to tie this into the fact that it allowed us to work the mercado. Okay. Now, what I will say is everything we've gathered so far, to my understanding as of right now, from just the information we've given to us, that 32 million was from salaries. It was from the salary maneuvers that they didn't account for. That doesn't give you a sporting advantage in Serie A. It does not, because Serie A does not they do not follow FFP rules and guidelines. So I expect full punishment from Europe, especially given the history between Agnelli and Ceferin. I expect a ban. I do. But this appeal and everything like that, I'm hoping that we can prove that this is nonsense. And where do you draw the line? How far back are they going to go with every team in the league? It's a joke. It's a joke. Even for the financial penalties, like I said, it's bigger because they're a publicly traded company, and it's not ideal for Europe, in which your numbers are huge and they have to line up for you to register and qualify. Okay. For Serie A, it actually has no bearing. So the fact that they got those numbers wrong or whatever, sure, they get punishment. They should get fines. Those guys are probably going to face legal action, which is right. They could face criminal charges. You're a publicly traded company. Your books were out 32 million. From a sporting perspective, especially in Serie A, in Europe, affects you? Serie A, nothing. It does not. It does not. I am not confident in the appeals, if I'm being 100% honest with you, everybody, because of how fast they turned it around on something where we were in the driver's seat because of the precedent that was set, and it was dismissed twice prior. Okay. So where does that put us? There's a lot of talk about more point deductions, and we're going to have to wait a long time. I wasn't kidding when I said this is a shit show that the league needs to sort out immediately and not wait until April to decide. You're taking 15 points away from a team currently going through your championship. You're taking away 15 points, and then you're increasing pressure on them. All the players and coaches, you're putting them under and telling them to wait until April for an answer. And now all of a sudden you're going to get involved in 5 more teams in your championship. Your league is already suffering tremendously with no seeming sight as to when you're going to close down the gap. And you're shooting yourselves in the foot. You can't have a championship going with this lingering. You can't do it. They're a joke. They need to figure their shit out. But I'm not confident, if I'm being honest with all you, based on how quickly it was overturned and turned around, even though we were in the driver's seat. Okay? It was like we weren't even given the benefit of the doubt, and now all of a sudden we have to prove innocence. It's pretty wild. It's actually scary. It's actually scary how quick it flipped. And I'm curious to see what comes out in the next 10 days based on what was so groundbreaking that flipped everything. I'm waiting for that. I really, really am. Because I am so curious. You guys are all talking about getting rid of Sky Sport and DAZN and everything. Hey, it's a small part that all the fans can do if we all unite and cancel our subscriptions, unfollow all their social media accounts and whatnot. But we need the team to step up and fight. What have I been saying in the daily update videos? What did I say when all this stuff was going on? And the second it was dismissed the second time. As soon as that was dismissed the second time, I said Juve needs to get on the throttle, get ahead of this, and fight back and push back full force because the league can't afford it. Juve needed to be those guys. Juve didn't do it. But they needed to be those guys. And I can't help but wonder, if they did, how things would have turned out. Realistically, let's wait to see how much points we actually get deducted. I would expect, if I'm being honest, that we get into a Europa League position by season's end, trying to recoup the 15 points. Top 4 is not out of the question. If you look at the struggles from the teams below Napoli, like top 4's, it's doable. It's going to be really tough, but it is doable, especially getting some of these guys healthy. But I do expect bare minimum we get back into your Europa League position. Will it matter? In my honest opinion, I don't think it will matter because Ceferin will take advantage of this moment. I really, really do think he's going to do that. Edgar Malula coming in here with Miretti needs a loan. Fagioli is class. Why is Allegri keeping McKennie for 90 minutes and substituting a better Fagioli? I cannot answer you why Max Allegri does things, but again, in this one, look no further than that second half start. What on earth could you possibly have done, said, or whatever, or even as a player? How do you come out of the tunnel like that? Shocking. Michael Lloyd saying that DAZN are shitting their pants already, as he thinks 100,000 Juve fans have canceled their subscription. That is huge number for such a short period of time already. Unreal. Strong showing, but like I said, it's going to be up to the team to fight, everybody. It's going to be up to the team to fight. Let's see what happens. We're going to get to the full recap tomorrow. We're going to see the news that breaks out in the morning. Mondays are usually pretty active. There was a question in here about transfers. Any new signings this transfer window? I would expect no new signings. Given the circumstances, given everything that's going on, I don't think we move anybody, to be honest. I don't think we find a deal for McKennie, and I don't think we bring anybody in because apparently we need a deal to bring McKennie in. And another reason why Juve needs to push to settle this now is exactly this. They have put a perspective out now and this perception that's associated with this investigation and this 15-point penalty. What do you think that does to our potential transfer targets? What do you think that uncertainty does? Are you signing for a team that's in the top four that was just recently contesting Napoli, or are you signing for a team that's 15 points deducted and no future potentially in Europe? That's why the league needs to settle it immediately and freeze things and get it sorted. And if they can't afford a freeze, stick to the goddamn precedent you set and make it a fine and move on. Stop shooting yourselves in the foot. But yeah, what does that do? This damages Juventus in so many outside ways. And the FIGC is beyond mind-blowing at how poor and shocking they are in how they handle situations. I mean, look at racism, for Christ's sake. Their whole anti-racism campaign had fucking monkeys on the poster. That's the kind of organization we're dealing with. It's shocking. Absolutely shocking. Okay? And it's a reason why I wish I could stand here before you, sit here before you and tell you I feel confident we're going to win these appeals and everything like that. I am losing confidence. And still, to this moment, if that image from Gravina's wife is true, that she posted that on her Instagram, that really is telling of everything. And I haven't seen anybody debunk it, say, no, it's not true, it's photoshopped or anything. I haven't seen anybody do that just as of yet. That's scary. Scary stuff. But that should help us a long way if it's not debunked. So, crazy. It will hurt more if we don't put pressure on them. I agree. Juve needs to get on the attack. Juve needs to get on the attack. But you guys are amazing. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thanks, bro, for another great live watch along. See you tomorrow. Cheers. Forza Juve. Forever. Fino alla fine. And fuck the FIGC. I couldn't agree more. And what a great way to finish the live watch along. You guys are amazing. I will remind you all, if you haven't, please just hit that like button before you sign out. We are going to reconvene tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, and tackle this one and the aftermath in full. There is more news that's coming out, okay? More news that's coming out in terms of Juventus And we've got words that we're going to break down from Chine. Chine is the one that's the FIGC prosecutor, okay? He had a big statement, and there was a lot of his words transcribed that were being put out there. We are going to talk about that one quite a bit, I'm sure, tomorrow. But we're also going to break down these performances, the match, a little bit more, okay? Thanks, Alex P. Thank you, everybody, again. This one didn't fall for us the way we wanted to, but we move. Next Sunday, next up, Monza. I'll keep you up to date on all the news, and we'll go from there. Thank you, my man. Thank all of you, okay? Forza Juve, fino alla fine. We'll talk to you tomorrow, and we'll see what happens, all right? Ciao tutti.